Hello guys, in this tutorial we are going to learn completely about Bootstrap. We are going to see what is Bootstrap, advantages of Bootstrap, and at the end of this video we are going to make one simple project using the concepts of Bootstrap. Whatever we learn in this tutorial, we are going to make one simple project, and also we are going to see new features added in Bootstrap, and the latest version of Bootstrap is 5. Okay, we are going to see the features added in Bootstrap 5, and also we are going to learn all the concepts in Bootstrap. Now everybody will be having the question, should we by heart Bootstrap? Should we remember all the classes of Bootstrap? The answer is no. You don't have to by heart anything in Bootstrap. The Bootstrap classes you are going to remember once you practice Bootstrap. Once you make 3-4 websites using Bootstrap, then you will remember all the classes. You literally don't have to by heart anything in Bootstrap. You just have to practice, then you will remember the classes. If you don't remember, then also no problem. You can just go to the official document of Bootstrap, and from there you will get the ready-made code. You can just copy and paste in your website and you can use that one. Okay, you don't have to by heart 0.1% of Bootstrap. Okay, so let's get started into the course. Before that, I'll just show you the project we are going to make. Now this is the simple website. We are going to make this one at the end of this video. Okay, here I'm having this navbar, here I'm having these 2 buttons, and whenever I hover on this, I'm getting this color change. And if I scroll down, you can see I'm having this transparent navbar. Here I'm having this carousel, and here inside each carousel I'm having some heading, paragraph and buttons. Below this I'm having this 2 column section, and here I'm having packages section, offers section, and inside this I'm having cards. Here I'm having 2 column section, follow us, and this footer. This website is completely responsive. I'll just inspect this one. Now you can see here I'm having this carousel, and whenever I click on this, I'm having this list items here, and you can see here I'm having this apply icon, packages and cards. Okay, everything is responsive. We are just going to make this project at the end of this video. Okay, now I'll just come here. Now first we are going to understand what is Bootstrap. If somebody asks you what is Bootstrap, then you just have to tell it is most popular HTML, CSS and JavaScript framework for developing responsive mobile first devices. Okay, it is going to give more priority to mobile first devices, because if you are creating website and you are creating beautiful website and which is looking good in desktop version, but if somebody sees the website in mobile devices, it is not responsive at all, and it is going to give horizontal scroll bars, which is giving bad experience to users, and later user will never visit your website. So we have to make our website responsive so that it will adjust and it will look good in all the devices. So now what is this responsive? Okay, now responsive web designing is that it is whatever design you are going to write, it should look good on all the screen devices, and once it good looks on all the screen devices, it is going to attract users and the users will be having much better experience. And responsive web design is about creating websites which adjust by itself to look good on all the devices. Okay, this is all about Bootstrap. Bootstrap is developed by Twitter. Now here we are having some advantages of using Bootstrap. It is very easy to use. You don't have to by heart anything. We are having official document of Bootstrap, and from there we will get the ready-made code. We just have to copy that one and we are going to use inside our project. And it is fast and time saving framework. Okay, now once we are using Bootstrap, we don't have to waste time on writing media queries. You can just copy this code. We will get some classes in Bootstrap, and using that classes we are going to make our website responsive. And Bootstrap is totally customizable. You can customize Bootstrap by giving your custom classes, and you can edit that stylings inside style.css. And also we can create platform friendly website in minimum time. Okay, by just copy and pasting the code, we can just create website in minimum time. Now we are having this Bootstrap 5 versus Bootstrap 3 and 4. Now we are going to see what are the new features added in Bootstrap 5, and here we are having this Bootstrap 5. Okay, now versions are created to improve that one. Okay, now Bootstrap 5 is also created to improve something, to update something, and also we are having some good updates in Bootstrap 5. And Bootstrap 5 is having new components with faster style sheet, and more responsiveness is added in Bootstrap 5, and it also supports the latest and also stable releases of all major browsers and platforms. Okay, however, if you are using Internet Explorer 11 and down, then Bootstrap is not supported in Internet Explorer. The main update added in Bootstrap 5 is now Bootstrap 5 has completely switched to JavaScript. We are not going to use jQuery inside that one. Before, if we have used Bootstrap, then you would have aware that Okay, to use Bootstrap, we were including jQuery CDN, but now in Bootstrap 5, we don't have to use jQuery library. We just have to include JavaScript link and Bootstrap is ready to use. Now these are the some new features added in Bootstrap 5. Okay, this is the theory part. Later on we are going to see practical. Now this is the basic thing you have to know. Okay, if somebody asks you in interview, at least you have to know this basic thing. Okay, now these are the new features added in Bootstrap 5. Now Bootstrap 5, I already told you, it is no longer be using the jQuery library and it has improved grid system. Okay, grid system we are going to understand in more better way. Now it also has the gutter class. Gutter class is basically like padding and margin, and vertically spacing classes have also been included in Bootstrap 5. And before in Bootstrap 3.4 we were having the columns and that were defaulted to position relative, but in Bootstrap 5 they are no longer defaulted to position relative. And also the documentation of Bootstrap 5 has been updated. When it comes to customization, it is a very beautiful document to refer, and I really suggest you, if you are having time, then go through that document. Don't by heart anything, just glance that document. You will have much better understanding of new features added in Bootstrap. And also it has improved form controls, input groups and much more things. Okay, and the major important update in Bootstrap 5 is it has its own open source SVG icon library and it is having more than 1300 icons. And if you are using React and if you want to use Bootstrap icons, then you can just install the package npm I bootstrap -icons. Okay, if you want to use these Bootstrap icons in your website, then you just have to link that one and it is completely free to use. You don't have to pay anything to use Bootstrap icons. Now where we have to get Bootstrap 5? Okay, we have the official website of Bootstrap, getbootstrap.com, and from that there are two ways of getting Bootstrap. Either you can link Bootstrap 5 from CDN, okay, CDN stands for Content Delivery Network, or you can download Bootstrap 5 and you can use in your website. As of now I am just going to link CDN link and we are going to learn practical concepts in Bootstrap 5. Okay, now let's get started with the course. I'm just going to write here getbootstrap.com. I'll just click on enter. Now this is the official website of Bootstrap. You can see now here you will be having all the documents, you will be having installation process. Okay, you will be having many things. You can see Bootstrap icons for the first time ever. Bootstrap has its own open source icon library. Okay, you can use this one. We have this themes. Okay, we are having tons of things in this document. Now here we are having this documents. Now first I'm just going to see the current version is 5.1.3. Okay, I'll just click on get started, or you can download this one. As of now I'm just going to click on get started. Now once you click on this, you will be having this introduction. Okay, it is the most popular framework for building responsive mobile first sites. Here on right side you will be having the entire document. Okay, we are going to see one by one. Here we are having this quick start and here we are having this CSS. Okay, this is the link for CSS. And this is the link for JavaScript. Okay, now we are not going to use jQuery, we are just going to use JavaScript. Okay, now it is going to bundle this one, include every Bootstrap JavaScript plugin. Okay, and here we will be having this starter template. Okay, we are just going to copy this and we are going to paste inside our website. Okay, now here you are having the entire document of that one. You can see, if you want, you can just read this one. What is this HTML? What is this doc type? Now we are just not going to see that one. We are just going to copy this one and we are going to start writing the code. Now here I have already created one folder, Bootstrap tutorial. Inside this I am having index.html file. Now from this Bootstrap website, I am just going to copy this starter template. I'll just copy this entire thing and here I am just going to paste that one. I'll save this. I'll just copy this path and here I am just going to paste that path. Okay, now you can see a tab, inside a tab we are having this hello world, and inside here we are having this hello world because inside this one h1 is printed and here we are having this hello world. Okay, if you are using first time Bootstrap, then this is your first Bootstrap website. Congratulations for creating your first Bootstrap website. This is not looking good at all, but this is your first Bootstrap website if you are using Bootstrap for the very first time. Okay, now here I am just going to, I'll just write here Bootstrap tutorial. I'll just remove this. I'll just write here Bootstrap tutorial. I'll just copy the same thing. And here I am just going to paste that one. Instead of this title, I'll just remove this title and I'm just going to paste that one. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I am having this Bootstrap tutorial. Okay, if you don't want to copy this starter template, I'll just remove this starter template. I'm just going to write this basic boilerplate of HTML. Now from Bootstrap website, from here I'm just going to copy this CSS. I'll just copy this one, and below this title I'm just going to paste that one. Again from here I'm just going to copy this JavaScript bundle, and here I'm just going to paste that one. Okay, either way you can do. Okay, you can just write the boilerplate of HTML, you can link CSS and JavaScript links, or you can directly copy the starter template from Bootstrap website and you can use here. I'll just do Ctrl Z. Okay, now this is our template and this is our output. Now first we are going to see what are containers in Bootstrap. Now here I'll be creating one file. I'll just write here container.html. Now inside this file I'll just write this basic boilerplate of HTML. I'll just link this one. I'll just link the CSS file, and here I'm going to paste that one. I'll just change the title to containers. Okay, we don't need to link JavaScript here because we are not going to use JavaScript inside containers. In Bootstrap, we are having two types of container classes, and this class is going to provide a responsive fixed width device, and we are having another one, okay, that is container fluid, and this class is going to take complete 100% of the width. Whatever screen size you are having, that is going to take complete width. Okay, we are just going to see an example. Now here I'll just create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as container. Inside this div I'll just write one h1. I'll just write here Bootstrap. Okay, this is the container class. Now here I'm just going to write this style. Let me just write that one, and for this div I'll just give background color. I'll just give one background color. Let me just give this aqua. I'll just copy this file path, and here I'm just going to paste that one. Okay, now you can see, now this is the container. Now left side and right side I'm having some space. Now below this I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class as container fluid. And inside this I'm just going to write here h1. I'll copy this, I'm going to paste. Let me just write here Bootstrap 1, and here I'll just write Bootstrap 2. I'll save this. And now if I just refresh this one, now you can see container fluid is taking complete 100% of the width, and container is taking only fixed width. Left and right side I'm having some spacing. Now if you see here below this Bootstrap 1 and Bootstrap 2, we are having some space here. Okay, now this space is nothing but padding, and by default our containers will be having 15 pixel of padding on left and right side. And top and bottom it is not going to give any padding, but left and right side by default it is going to have that padding. Okay, now if you want, okay, these are container classes, container and container fluid. Now if you want to give some padding, padding is nothing but giving space from inside. Now I'm just going to give here padding y. Y is nothing but top and bottom, y axis. If I give here x, that will be left and right, x axis and y axis. I'll just come here. Now if I refresh this one, now you can see, now from inside top and bottom I got spacing of padding y3. Now 3 is nothing but 16 pixel. Now if I want only to give on top, I can just give here padding top. Now T stands for top. I'll just refresh this. Now you can see only on top I'm getting this spacing. Now if you want to give bottom, you just have to write here padding bottom. I'll save this, and now if I refresh, now I got padding bottom. Now if you want to give margin, we are having this one. I'll just write here margin y. Margin is nothing but giving space from outside. I'll just give here 3. I'll refresh this. Now you can see outside I am getting margin 3. Again we can also give here 4 or 5. Okay, based on your requirement you can give any values. I'll refresh this. Now you can see margin is giving space from outside, padding is giving space from inside. And there are two types of container classes, container and container fluid. Container class is going to take the fixed width, and container fluid class is going to take the complete width. Now here below this I'm just going to create one more div, and for this div I'll just give the class as container fluid. And inside this div I'll just create another div, and for this div I'll just give the class as my div. I'll just write one h1, and here I'm just going to write my name. I'll save this. I'll come here, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is my div container which is having the container fluid class, and inside this I'm having another div container which is having this one. Now for this I'll just copy this one, and here I'm going to paste. For this I'll just give background color. Background color, let me just give this one. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is the div container which is having this h1 heading. Now here this space you can see on left and right side, that is nothing but padding, and that is nothing but 15 pixel of padding. And for this also you can give here classes. Okay, here if you want to give here for this div container, you can give here padding top of 3. I'll save this. I'll refresh this. Now you can see only on top I am getting 3. If you want to give top and bottom, you just have to write here y axis, and here you can see top and bottom I'll be getting padding. Okay, for this div container. Okay, this is all about containers, padding and margin. Okay, now next we are going to see about grids. Here I'm just going to create one, here I'll just create one file. I'll just give my file name as grid.html. Now inside this file, I'll just copy this entire thing, and here I'm just going to paste that one. I'll just remove this, and from here I'm just going to remove this. I'll just copy this file path. I'll just close this one. Now here I'm just going to paste that one. I'll just change the title. I'll just change the title to grid. I'll save this, and now if you see here, inside grid we are having different breakpoints. Like for extra small screen devices we have XX, and that is going to apply when our screen devices is less than 576 pixel. Okay, this 576 pixel is nothing but it is a breakpoint. If you inspect this one, here you will be having this breakpoints. Now for this breakpoints we are having some classes here. Okay, for extra small screen devices we have XX. For smaller screen devices we have XM, and smaller screen devices styles will be applied when the screen size is greater than or equal to 576 pixel. And for medium screen devices we have MD, and it will be applied when the screen size is greater than or equal to 768 pixel, and LG is for large, greater than or equal to 992 pixel. We have XL for extra large, we have greater than or equal to 1200 pixel. We have extra large, that is XXL, and that will be applied for greater than or equal to 1400 pixel. Okay, now we are going to use all these classes, and we are going to make one complete grid system, and also we are going to make different challenges using this grid system. Now here we are having this grid system. Now grid system is nothing but it should always allows up to 12 columns across the page. Okay, you can totally have 12 columns, and it should always sum up to 12. Now here inside this first row you can see I'm having here 1 to 12. Okay, so totally 12 column I'm having, and each will take one point. And here inside second row I'm having here 5, and here I'm having 6. So basically it should be 6, it is not 5, it should be 6 here. So totally it is taking half. So 6 plus 6, it should be 12. And second, inside this third row I'm having here 3, 3, 3 and 3, which means that totally 12, it should add up to 12. Whatever sizes you are giving, at the end of the day it should be adding up to 12. Now here I'm having 4, 4 and 4. So totally I can display 3 cards here. 4 plus 4 plus 4 will be 12, and totally 3 cards I can display. And here totally 4 cards I can display if I use 3 here. And here totally 2 cards I can display if I use 6 here. And here 1 card will be displayed if I use 1 point. Okay, now there are totally 5 grid classes. Now if you use this call class and call -xm or sm, okay, whatever if you want to use, and that will be applied for extra small screen devices and the screen size with less than 576 pixel. Okay, only then we can use this one. Now if you use this class call sm classes, this will be given to equal or greater than 576 pixel. Okay, we are going to write example for this, and then you will understand about these classes and how to use these classes and where all we are going to use these classes. And there are some of the rules inside this grid system. Okay, rows must be placed within a container class. Okay, we are having one row class, and that row class should always be placed inside one container class or container fluid class. Okay, for proper alignment and padding, we are just going to wrap inside one container or container fluid class. Okay, we are going to use rows. Okay, to create horizontal cards, we are just going to use this rows. And whatever content we are writing, we have to place that content inside the column class, and the column class will be the immediate child of rows. Okay, once we write this example, you are going to understand all these rules in better way. And also column widths are in percentages, so they are always fluid and size relative to the parent element. Okay, we will understand this one. Don't worry about this theory part. We are going to make this practical, and then you will understand about these rules. Okay, here I'll just explain you this later. Okay, now first we are just going to understand about this first rule. Rows must be placed within a container or container fluid class. Now here inside this grid, here inside this body, I am just going to create one div, and for this div I will just give the class name as container. Okay, container we have already seen, it is going to take only the fixed width. Inside this div I am just going to create another div, and for this div I will just give the class as row. Now this row is going to help to print the boxes in horizontal row. Okay, now we are done with our first rule. Now our second rule is that use rows to create horizontal group of columns. Okay, now content should be placed within columns, and only columns must be the immediate children of rows. Now this rows should be placed inside, now whatever content I want to display, that should be placed inside one column. So here I am just going to create one div, and for this div I will just give the column, and for medium screen devices I am just giving here 3. Now 3 means 3, 3, 3, 3. Totally it should add up to 12. So I can use 4 div containers here. Okay, inside this container class, I am having this row class, and inside this row class, I am just giving this column classes. Now whatever content I want to place, I am just going to write here h1. I will just write here 1. In the same way, I will just copy this one. I will just paste here, here and here. I will just change it to 2. Here I will change it to 3, and here I am just going to change it to 4. I will save this. I will come here. I will refresh this one. Now you can see I am having 4 containers, 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you want, you can just give some color for this. I will just paste that class. For this I will just give background color. Background color I will just give this one. I will save this. I will refresh this one. Now you can see these are my columns, but I am not having much spacing because here let me just give some margin. I will just give here margin X. I will just give here 1. I will save this. I will refresh this one. Now you can see as soon as I gave margin 1, okay, the container 4 has come down because this margin 1 is going to take extra spaces. Now this margin 3, 3, 3 and 3. Now this entire thing will be enclosed in percentages. So we are having 100% of the width. Now if I am having 4 columns here, this is going to take 25%, 25%, 25% and 25%, which will be having complete 100%. If I give some extra padding or margin, that container will not be having sufficient space, so it is going to come down. So as of now I am just going to remove this one. Okay, if you want, you can give separate classes for this, and you can give separate colors. Now here let me just write here 1. Here I will write here 2. Okay, these are custom classes. Now here I will write here 3, and here I am just going to write here 4. Now for each class I am just going to add some color. I will just remove this one, and here I will write 1. I will copy this. Here I will paste 3 times. I will just write here 2. I will write here 3, and here I am going to write here 4. Now here I will just change the colors. I will just give some random colors. I will save this. I will refresh this one. Now you can see totally I am having 4 cards here, okay, 4 containers, because inside my container class I am having this row class. Suppose if I just remove this row class, what happens? I will just remove this row div container. I will refresh this. Now you can see everything will be placed in vertical. Now to bring them in horizontal, we just have to wrap this inside one row. I will refresh this. Now this is my output. Now suppose if I want, okay, this is nothing but, I will just write here 3 colon 3, 3 colon 3 colon 3. Okay, because 4 cards I am having, so this will be 3 colon 3 colon 3. Now suppose if I just want to print here 4 colon 4 colon 4. I will just comment this one. Now 4, 4 and 4. So total it is adding up to 12. So I don't have to use this one, 4th div. Here I will just change it to 4. Here I will just change it to 4, and here I will just change it to 4. I will save this. I will refresh this one. Now you can see totally I am having here 3 containers. Now this will be taking 100 divided by 3. That will be nothing but 33.33%. Again second container will be taking 33.33%, and third container will be taking 33.33%. Okay, this is how it is going to work. Now next we have seen this one. Now next let us just write here 1 colon 2 colon 2 colon 1. Okay, totally I want like this. Now here I am having 1 colon 2 colon 2 colon 1. So totally I am having here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let me just write here 1. I'll be writing here 2. Again I'll be writing here 2. I'll just uncomment this one, and here I'm just going to write here 1. I'll save this. Now total it is not adding up to 12. Now let's see what happens. I'll refresh this. Now you can see it is taking only this 6. Okay, only half of the screen it is taking, and rest it is left here. Now again I'm just going to copy the same thing, and here I'm just going to paste that one. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see totally I'm having, it is going to cover the complete screen, and here I'm having this output. This is 1:2:2:1, again 1:2:2:1. Okay, inside this row whatever columns we are going to place, that should add up to 12. Okay, now it is going to add up to 12, so I am having this output. If I just don't give this last one, so now totally I'll be having 11. I'll refresh this one. Now that one space is left out. Okay, so it should always add up to 12. Okay, now next we are just going to see, I'll just write the comment. I'll just write here 5:7. Now from here I'm just going to remove this entire thing. Now 5:7, so 5 plus 7 is 12. So I'll just write here 5, and here I'll be writing 7. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now this is 5 and this is 7. Okay, this is how we are just going to divide the containers. Now once you create project, you will understand this one. So as of now you don't have to worry. I'm just going to give this in medium screen devices. Now if I just inspect this one, now you can see in my smaller screen devices it's going to take complete 12. Okay, complete 100%. I'll just bring this down, and once I hit that minimum breakpoint, okay, you can see in my medium screen devices I'm having this 2:2. In smaller screen devices, SM. In smaller screen devices, if you just want to give here 3, and here I'll just come here in smaller screen devices 3 plus 9, I'll just give here 9. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now this is 5 and this is 7. Now once I hit the smaller screen breakpoint, now first card will take 3 and second card will take 9. Okay, this is how it is going to adjust. Okay, if you want to give in small screen, if you want to give in extra small screen devices, you can give, but once I hit this breakpoint, it is going to take the complete width, and here I'll be having the output. For smaller screen devices, I have given different column, and here also I have given different column. Now this and this should add up to 12. Again in medium screen devices, I have given 7 and 5. This and this should add up to 12. Now I have not given the column for larger screen devices. Now if I just give this medium screen, now whatever content I am having, that will be applied to larger screen devices. Okay, once you specify these classes, now whatever next column we are having, larger screen devices, the same stylings will be applied. Now suppose if I don't want to give anything here, I'll just remove this entire thing. I don't want to give medium, I don't want to give small, I don't want to give large. Directly I'm just going to give this column. I'll copy this, I'm just going to paste this one, and here I'll just write here 3. Okay, now this column, totally I am having 3 columns here. Okay, 3 div containers with the class name column. Let's see the output. I'll refresh this. Now you can see totally I am having 1, 2 and 3 containers. I'll just change it to 3. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now totally I am having 3 containers, because this column is going 3 times I am having, so it is going to take 100 divided by 3. Again if I just give here, I'll copy this one, and here I'm going to paste. I'll just change the content to 4, and here I'll just write here 4. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see totally I'm having 4 containers, because it is going to take 100 divided by 4, that is nothing but 25. If you don't specify the smaller screen or larger screen or column size, it is going to take by itself. Okay. It is going to take 3, it is going to take 3, it is going to take 3, and it is going to 3, and totally it is summing up to 12. Okay, now once we are done with this, I'll just comment this entire thing. Now below this I'm just going to write one comment. Let us just see about equal heights. Now here I'll just create one div. I'll just wrap inside container class. Inside this div I'm just going to create another div. I'll just wrap inside row. Now for this I'll just create one div, and for this I'll just give the column, and inside medium screen devices. Now inside this, let me just write here h1. I'll just write some lorem. I'll just write here 10. I'll just copy this one. Here I'm going to paste. I need 4, and here I'm having this content. Again I'm just going to paste that one here. So totally it is adding up to 12. I'll come here. I'll refresh this. Now this is my first container, second container, and third container. Now for this one, now for this third one, I'm just going to write some more content. I'll just write here 50. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is the content which is having this 50. Okay, now I'll just remove this H1. I'll just write here paragraph. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I am having this first container, second container and third container. We are just going to see about heights. Here I'll just give the class as 1. Here I'll just give the class as 2 and here I'll just give the class as 3. Okay, for this we have already given the background colors. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see these containers are going to take the complete height, whatever content, larger content we are having, that particular height it is going to take. Okay, it is not going to take the content height whatever it is having, it is going to take the complete height of this one. Okay, whichever container is having the larger content of that container height, rest all containers will be taking. So you should be careful regarding this one. Okay, now next we are going to see about nesting inside this grids. I'll just comment this one. Now here below this I'll just write one comment. I'll just write here nesting inside. Now here I'm just going to create one div and for this div I'll just give the class as container. Inside this div I'm just going to create this row div. Now inside this row we have already seen it should always sum up to 12. Now here what I'm going to do is I'll just create one div and for my medium screen devices I'm just going to take 3 here. Now inside this one I'm just going to create another div and for this div I'll just give the class as row. Now this row should always sum up to 12. So here I'm just going to create one div and for this div I'll just give the class, I'll just give here call, I'm giving here 12. Now here I'll just write here H1, I'll just write here lorem 20. Okay, now again below this div container, I'll copy this one and here I'm going to paste that one. Okay, these two divs are having inside this column medium screen 3. Okay, now these two divs I have wrapped inside this one. Okay, now this is the first child of this row class. Now if I just close this one, okay, this is the first child of row class which is having column medium 3 and inside this I am just wrapping inside another row and for that row I have just given here column medium 12. So this is complete. Again I am creating another row and here I am having this column medium 12. Now here this is the first child and it is ending here. So here I am having 3. Now second child should be having 9. So totally it will add up to 12. I'll just write here 9. Now inside this div container I'm just going to write, I'll just open this, I'll just write one paragraph and here I'm just going to write here lorem 100. I'll save this, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see here, okay, now you cannot see any effect. Let me just give some stylings here. I'll just change it to paragraph. Now inside this column, okay, inside this medium column I'll just give the color as 1. Now for this 9 I'll just give the color as 2. And for this one, for this 2 things I'll just give here 3 and here I'm just going to give here 4. I'll save this, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this will be our output. Okay, now this I'll just explain you again. Okay, now this is our container class. Inside that we should be having one row. I'll just write here row, this will be our row. Now this should always sum up to 12. This should always sum up to 12. So here inside this one, first I have given the first child, that is nothing but 3. Okay, it is taking complete 3 and here I'll just write here 3. And the second child is taking complete 9. So it is going to sum up to 12. Here I'll just write here 9. Okay, this is our container class, this is our row class, this is our first child and this is our second child. First child is taking 3 and second child is taking 9. So totally it is going to sum up to 12. Now once we are done with this, now inside this column medium 3, I am just going to create another row and for this row I am just giving here it should take complete 12%. Again I am taking another row, it should take complete 12%. Okay, I am just going to do that one. If I just come here, now inside this column I am having this row and again I am having this row and again if I just copy and paste this row, I'll just copy this one and here I am going to paste. I'll save this, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see totally I'll be having 3 columns here. Okay, inside this third child totally I am having 3 columns and inside this second child totally I am having only 1 column because I have just given only one thing here. Now suppose if I just wrap this inside one row and here if I just give here call and here I'm just going to give here medium, and here I'll just give here 6. Now once I give this one, inside this I'll just create one paragraph. I'll just write here lorem, let me write here lorem 30. I'll just remove this paragraph from here. Okay, now this medium I have wrapped inside row. Now this should add up to 12. So here I am having 6. So again I am just going to copy this container. Here I am just going to paste that one. Now for this I'll just give the class. Here I'll just give 1, and here I'll just give here 4. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this will be our output. Now this is our first container and this is our second container. It is taking 9. So inside this 9 I am having here 6, and here I am having 6. So this is how we are just going to divide the containers, and we are going to display this one. Once we create simple project, you will understand about grids. Now we are done with our grids. Now next I am just going to create one file. I'll just give my file name as typography. Typography.html. I'll just change it to 3. I'll copy this one, and here I'm going to paste. I'll just remove this entire content. Okay, now typography we are going to see now. First I'm just going to write here 16 pixel. By default in Bootstrap, every element by default it is going to have 16 pixel of font size. I'll just write here font size, 16 pixel of font size, and here I'm going to write here another thing. I'll just write here 1.5, that is nothing but line height. Okay, these are default values. 16 pixel font size and line height will be 1.5, and all paragraphs will be having margin top of 0. By default they are going to have margin top of 0, and margin bottom, I'll just write here margin bottom, they'll be having 16 pixel, that is nothing but 1 rem. Okay, these are the default values which are provided. Every paragraph will be having margin top 0, and from bottom they will be having some margin. Now first we are going to see about .h1 class to h3.h6 class. Now we already know that there are 6 headings in HTML, h1 to h6. Now suppose I'll just write here h1, I'll just write here heading 1. In the same way I'll just write for 6, I'll just change it to 2. Okay, now I am having this output. I'll just copy this path, and here I am just going to paste that path. Okay, now you can see I am having these headings. Okay, we already know in HTML there are totally 6 headings, but in Bootstrap 5 we are having this .h1 class. Suppose here if I just write here paragraph, if I just write here lorem 10, I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now this is having 16 pixel of font size. Now for this, if I just give the class, I'll just give the class as h1. As soon as I give the class as h1, now this paragraph will be behaving like h1 heading. I'll come here, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is going to behave like h1. Okay, in the same way we are having 6 classes here. h1, let me just write here h5. I'll refresh this. Now it is going to behave like h5. Okay, like this. Okay, this is how we are having h1 to h5 6. For whichever element you give these classes, that is going to behave like that heading. Now like we have h1 to h6 classes, in the same way we are having display 1 to display 6 classes. Now here I am just going to create one paragraph. I'll just write here lorem 10. Okay, this is a default paragraph. Now here I am just going to create another paragraph. Now for this I'll just give the class. I'll just give the class, and here I am just going to write here display, let me write 3. Now this is used to stand out more than normal headings. I'll come here, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is like normal heading. Okay, this is going to stand out the text. This is a default paragraph. This is the paragraph which is having the class display 3. Now if I just give here display 1, I'll save this. Now if you see here, this is the display 1. Okay, it is just going to stand out that one. This is how it is going to work. Totally we are having display 1 to display 6 classes. Now in the same way we are having small. I'll just write another paragraph, and for this I'll just write here lorem 12. Now here we are having one class. I'll just give the class, and that is nothing but small. Okay, in HTML we are having small tag, we are having heading tags, but here in Bootstrap we are having these classes. I'll just refresh this one. Now you can see this is small. It is used to create smaller headings. Okay, in our secondary text. Now in the same way we are having mark class. I'll just copy the same thing, and here I'll just write here mark. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see it has been marked with yellow color. Maybe it's not visible in the video, but it has been marked with yellow color, this entire paragraph. Now here if I just create one span tag in between this, I'll just create one span tag. Now for this I'll just write here hello, and here I'm just going to give that class. I'll just give here mark, and from here I'll just remove this class. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see only this hello is having that background color, okay, light yellow background. Now in the same way we are having block quote. Now here I'm just going to write this block quote. I'll just write this block quote, and inside this block quote tag we are having one class. I'll just write here class, and our class is nothing but block quote. Okay, this is Bootstrap class, and inside this I'm just going to write one paragraph. I'll just write here lorem 10. Okay, I'm just going to remove some content. Here I'm having some paragraph, and this is our class, that is nothing but block quote. Now for this, if I just want to print the author name, for that we just have to give here footer. I'll just close this paragraph. Now for this I'll just write footer element. For this I'm just going to give the class. I'll just give here block quote footer. Block quote hyphen footer. Now here let me just write here, I'll just write here Khanam. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is how it is going to work. Here I am having Khanam, and here I am having one underline, and this is my block code. Okay, this when compared to this one, this is completely different. This is having larger font size, and here I am having this footer for block code. Now we are having lead class. I'll just come here. I'm just going to write one paragraph. I'll just write one paragraph, and for this I'll just write here lorem. I'll just write here lorem. Okay, my suggestion is not working, so I'm just typing here. Now for this, now in the same way I'm just going to copy this, and for this I'll just give the class. I'm just going to give here lead. I'll save this. Now this lead is going to make the paragraph stand out. I'll just come here. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is a normal paragraph, and this is a lead paragraph. Okay, the paragraph which is having the class lead. Now in the same way we are having some classes. I'll just come here. I'll just write another paragraph. Now for this I'll just write here lorem 3. Now for this we are just going to see some classes. Now for this I'm just going to give the class. I'll just give here text left. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now my text is on left side. Now in place of this I'm just going to give here center. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see my text has come in the middle, and also we are having text end. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now my text will come in the end. Okay, instead of text right, we are just going to write here text end. Okay, we are having some more classes, like we have text break. If you are having long paragraph, now this text is going to break that one. And we have this no wrap class. I'll save this, and here I'm just going to add some text, like I'll add here 500. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Okay, now it is not going to wrap the text, and here I'll be having this horizontal scroll bar. Okay, if you just want to give that one, you can just give here. Now in place of this, if I just give here text break, I'll just come here. I'll be writing here text break. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, now you can see the text is going to break, and here I'll not be having any horizontal scroll bar. Okay, this is how you can use any classes here. Now for this, I'll just remove this content as of now. I'll remove this entire paragraph. Okay, I don't need that paragraph. Now here I'm just going to create one paragraph. Now for this I'll just write here lorem 10. Now for this we are just going to add some more classes. I'll just write here class, and for this I'll just add here text lower. Text lowercase. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now entire text will be in lowercase. Now here I am having this L in capital. Now here if you see, it has been changed to lowercase. Now if I just write here apple in capital letters, I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now inside output you can see I am having this smaller letters, okay, lowercase. In the same way we are having uppercase. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now entire output will be in uppercase. And also we have this text capitalize. I'll just write proper spelling, capitalize. Okay, these are Bootstrap classes. Once you keep on practicing, then you will understand this one. I'll refresh this one. Only the word's first letter will be capitalized here. Now suppose below this I'm having one UL list, and inside this I'm having here 3 list items. I'll just write here 3 list items. First I'm just going to write here home, and here I'm just going to write about, and here I'll just write here contact. Now I'll just open this one. I'll show you the output. Now here I'm having this home, about and contact. Now if I just want to remove these dots, here I'll come. Now for this UL list I'm just going to add the class. I'll just write here list unstyled. I'll just add here list unstyled. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now all the dots will be removed. Okay, if you are using this inside CSS, then we used to write like that, list style type to be none. But here we are having this Bootstrap class, list unstyled, and all the dots will gone. Now if I want this in horizontal row, now all are in vertical row. Now if I just want in horizontal row, so for that I'm just going to give here list inline class. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Okay, now you can see it is not going to work, because for all the list items also I have to give one class. Now here I'm just going to add one class. I'll just write here list inline item. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see home, about and contact. They are in horizontal row. You can either use display flex or you can use these classes from Bootstrap. Okay, this is how we are going to print list items. Okay, this is all about typography. We are having H1 to H6 classes, and we are having display 1 to display 6 classes. We are having this small class, mark class, block quote and block quote footer. We are having this lead class, which is going to make our paragraph stand out from rest of the paragraphs. We are having text uppercase, text right, text center, text end, text left, text initialism. Okay, initialism we have not seen. You don't have to worry. We are not going to use that one. Okay, now here we are having list unstyled, which is going to remove all the dots. Line items is going to bring all the content in horizontal row. Okay, this is all about typography. Now next we are going to see about colors. Now here I'm just going to create the file colors.html. Now inside this file from container.html, I'm just going to copy the entire code, and here I'm just going to paste. I'll just remove this content, and from here I'll just change the colors. I'll just change the title to colors. Okay, now we have already seen about this one, this call star. Now this first star is going to stand for XM, okay, for this one, XM medium, larger, or this one, and this second star is going to stand for 12. And we have already seen this one. If we don't give any medium or large in screen devices, then we are going to get this 50%. Okay, it is going to divide by itself. Okay, now, and also we have seen about this one, equal heights, nested columns, we have seen this one. Now we are going to see about colors. Now we are having background colors and we are having text colors. Now here I'll come here inside this colors. I'll just remove the style tag from here. Now here I'll just write one H1. I'll just write here style sheet. And for this I'm just going to give some classes. Text classes I'm going to give. I'll just give here text dark. By default it is going to be in black color. I'll just come here. I'm just going to paste that one. I'll just close all the files. Now you can see I'm having here style sheet. Now for this I'm going to give here in the same way. I'm just going to copy this 3-4 times. We are having text dark, we are having text light. I'm just going to give the colors. We are having success, which is going to give the color in green. I'm going to give danger, which is red color. Info will be blue color. Warning will be a kind of yellow color. And we are having text muted, and finally we are having text white. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having different classes. Okay, I'm just going to give proper spelling. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see black color. Okay, this is not visible because it is light. Then green color is for success, danger is for red, this is blue color, info, warning is yellow color, and this is text muted. Okay, we are having different text colors for this one. Okay, these are Bootstrap classes. And also we are having one more class, that is text body. Now this is going to give the default color of the body. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now that will be the default color, whatever by default we are having, that is going to print. Now for black color, okay, here we are having one more H1. I'll just write here, instead of this I'll just write here black. I'll just write here black. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I am having this black color. Now for this, if I just give here -50, I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now it is going to reduce the opacity by 50%. In the same way, we are having here white color. For this, if I just give here -50, it is going to reduce the opacity by 50%. I'll refresh this one. Okay, now you cannot see this white. Okay, but the opacity is being reduced by 50%. Okay, these are text classes. Okay, we are having one more. I'll just write 2 more classes here. In the same way, we are having text primary class, and also we are having text secondary class. I'll save this, and from here I'll remove this 50. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now we are having this text primary and this is a text secondary. Okay, text secondary and muted is almost similar. We are having so many text classes and we are having so many colors. Now in the same way we are having background colors. Here I'll just write comment. I'll just write here text colors. Now here I'm just going to create. I'll just create H2. Now here I'll just write here hypertext. Now for this I'm just going to give background colors. I'll just write here class, and for this, for background colors you have to write this BG hyphen. I'll just write here success. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see the background color is being changed to green color. In the same way, if you just want to change, okay, all the colors will be same. I'll just write here danger. I'll write here primary. I'll write here info. Then I'm going to write here warning. I'll write here dark, light. Okay, you can just copy the colors from here and that is going to give the same output. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see all the colors, background colors will be printed. Now this is white color because I have given here background light. Now if you just want to change the color, okay, if you just want to change the text color here, suppose for this black color my text is not visible. Now here I am having this background dark. Now for this I'm just going to give here text light. I'll save this. You can use multiple classes by just giving one space. I'll refresh this. Now you can see my text is visible. Okay, you can change any number of content, you can change any number of colors, and you can change any number of background colors. Okay, now this is all about colors. You just have to know this one. Okay, success stands for green color, danger is for red. Okay, primary we are having warning, info. This is all about colors, text colors and background colors. Here I'll just write the comment BG colors. I'll save this. Now next we are having about images, and inside images we are having these many classes. We are going to see one by one. Now we are going to see about images, and rest all the concepts I am going to cover inside this index.html file because it's taking longer time to create files and to copy and paste. So I don't want to make this video very lengthy. So I'm just going to do all the concepts in this file itself. I'll just close all the files. Now you can see I have already linked this JavaScript and CSS, okay, Bootstrap CSS and JavaScript, okay, Bootstrap bundle with Popper. Now below this I'm just going to write one, I'll just write one comment. I'll just write here images, and inside this I'm having images folder, and here I'm having 2 images. Now here I'm just going to write this image tag. Inside this we just have to write this src. I'll just come to images folder. I'll just select this image 1. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this first image. Now for this we are just going to add some classes. Now here I'll just add class. I'll just add the class as rounded. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Okay, now the corners is been rounded. Maybe it's not visible, okay, but the corners is been rounded. Now I'll just give here rounded circle. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see it is going to give me this output. We are having some more classes. Like here I'm just going to remove this. I'll just write here image thumbnail. I'll save this. Now this is going to give thumbnail kind of, you can see I'm having this light gray color. Around the images I'm having this border, okay, this is kind of thumbnail. Now we are going to give here float, okay, these are some classes. I'll just write here float start. Now this is going to float the image to left side. Now in the same way if I just write here float end, now this is going to float the image on right side. You can see now my image will be having here. Okay, now my image is here. Now if I want my image in the middle, so here I'll just remove this as of now. I'll be giving here margin X to be auto. we already know that our images are inline elements. So to give padding and margin, first we have to make them display block, and here I am going to give here display block. Okay, these are Bootstrap classes, display block, and margin x auto means from left and right it will be equally divided and my image will come in the middle. Now if I refresh this, now you can see my image is exactly in the middle. And also if I want to make responsive images, I'll just come here. Now we are having here image fluid. Okay, now this image fluid is going to take the maximum width of 100% and height it is going to take auto. Based on the content it is going to adjust. I'll just come here, I'll refresh this one. Now here I am having this image, and for this I'll just remove this one as of now. We are just going to see the difference now. I'll refresh this. Okay, now here totally I am having two images. I'll just inspect this. Now here you can see the difference. The first image, you can see the first image is not looking good, but the second image is responsive. Okay, the first image is not responsive, the second image is responsive, but here I have given the same images because here I have given the image fluid class. So this class is going to take complete 100% of the width and is going to take height as auto. Now you can see for this image I am getting this horizontal scroll bar, but my second image is completely responsive. Okay, this is how it is very useful when it comes to responsiveness. Okay, this is all about our images. Now next I'll just write one comment here. I'll just write here tables. Now we are going to see about tables. Now to see about tables, I'll just come here. I'll just search for getbootstrap.com, and from here I'm just going to copy the code. I just don't want to write the entire code and I don't want to waste your time. And here I'll just search for tables. I'll just enter, and now here I'm having this basic table. I'll just copy this table and here I'm just going to paste that one. Okay, now here inside this you can see I'm having this table, and class they have just given here table. Okay, this is Bootstrap class. As of now I'm just going to remove that class. I'll come here, I'll show you the output. I'll refresh this. Now you can see I'm having this basic table. I'm having this table header, first, last, handle, and these are my table data. Now if I just give that class is equal to table, I'll refresh this. Now you can see I'll be getting this table. Okay, this is Bootstrap class. Inside this we are having table header and we are having this table row, and totally I'm having here 4 headers, 1, 2, 3 and 4. First name, last name, okay, you can give anything. And inside this table body I'm having table row, and inside each table content I'm having this output. Okay, I'm having this content. Now we are just going to add some classes here. Now if I just write here tables, I'll just write here table, and here I'm just going to write here stripe. Table striped. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'll be getting this gray stripes here. Inside table I'll be getting gray color stripes, okay, like zebra crossing, like gray, white. It is going to work like that. And also if I want to give border, I'll just write here table, and here I'm just going to give here bordered. I'll just give here hyphen, table bordered. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see for table I'm getting this border. Okay, this entire border is visible. Maybe because of light color it's not visible in video, but once you give this class, table border will be applied. And also we are having one more class. We are having here table hovered. Okay, whenever you hover on this, I'll not save this one, but I'll just show you the output here. Now you can see whenever I hover I don't have any effect. I'll just save this one. I'll refresh this. Now whenever I hover you can see I'm getting this hover effect. Okay, dark gray color. Okay, if you want to remove all the borders, you just have to write here borderless. I'll just write here borderless. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see all the borders has been removed from the table. Now if you want to give colors for the table, if you want to give the color for the table, we have already seen about colors. We have primary, success, secondary, warning, info. Now here I'm just going to give here type. Now here I'll just write here table primary. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now entire table will be changed to primary color. Now if I just give here success, I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now entire table is changed to green color. Okay, this is how you can give any number of colors. I'll just write here warning. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see it has been changed. Okay, this is not exactly red color or blue color, but based on the table it is going to give the color. Now if you want to give colors to the table header, now here I am having table header. I'll just write here class. Now for this I'll just write here table dark. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see my header is in dark color. Okay, if you want you can give any colors. This is all about tables. We can just write here table. You just have to write here table class. Then we are having this table stripe, table borderless, table bordered, table hover, table warning. Okay, we are having, you can give any colors here, and inside header also you can give, like inside this table data, if I just write here class, and for this I'll just write here, let me just write here text. I'll just write here text danger. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see the text is being changed to red color. Okay, you can add any number of classes. If you want, you can give padding, you can give margin. Okay, this is how we are going to work with tables. Okay, this is how we are going to handle tables. Okay, now next, if you have heard about Jumbotron, I'll just come here. I'll come here. I'll just search for Jumbotron. Okay, now here if you see, we are not having Jumbotron in this because in Bootstrap 5 we don't have Jumbotron, but Jumbotron was introduced in Bootstrap 3 and 4. So as of now we are not going to use Jumbotron, but if you want I'll just show you the Jumbotron example here so that you will understand. I'll just write here Jumbotron Bootstrap, and here I'll just open this one. And see, this is called as Jumbotron, and this was introduced in Bootstrap 3, but in Bootstrap 5 we don't have this kind of Jumbotron. So what you can do is you can just create one div, and inside, okay, I'll just show you here. Now below this I'll just write one comment. I'll just write here Jumbotron. Okay, if you want that kind of effect, now I'm just going to create one div. For this div I'll just give the background color. I'll just write here primary, and I'm just going to give here text light, and also I'll just give some padding 5. I'll just give here 5. Inside this I'm just going to create one paragraph. I'll just write here lorem 10. I'll save this. I'll come here. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is going to give this effect. I'll just remove this one. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Okay, now this is going to give the effect of Jumbotron. Okay, if you want you can give padding X also. I'll just remove this Y. Now if I just remove this Y, now this is going to apply padding for all the 4. Now this is going to apply padding for all the 4 sides. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is kind of Jumbotron. You can add buttons. You can add different colors here. You can just add here dark. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. The text light is changed. I'll just give here dark. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I am having this kind of Jumbotron. Okay, because in Bootstrap 5 we don't have this Jumbotron classes, so you can use like this. Now I'll just come to Bootstrap website, and from here inside this components you can see we are having many things. Accordion is nothing but, I'll just come here. Okay, you can refer this document. This document is completely free, so you will not have to pay anything to refer this one. Now Accordion is nothing but like fact. Okay, frequently asked questions. If we are having one question and once we click on this, we will be having like, now let me just write here what are the charges. Okay, let me just write this one. Now once I give this, you can see I'm having here accordion. Okay, this is how it is going to work. I'm having this accordion here. So inside Bootstrap you don't have to write any code, you just have to copy this one and you just have to paste that one. Now inside this they are using this accordion class. This entire div container is having that accordion class. I'm just going to copy this entire thing, and here I'm just going to paste that one. Okay, I just don't want to waste your time writing the entire code, so I'm just going to paste from there. Okay, now this is okay. Now here inside this is wrapped inside one div container. Now inside this div container we are having this accordion. Now we are having another div. For this they have just given here accordion item. Okay, in the same way here we are having another div. Totally we are having 3 containers here. Okay, this is our first container, second container and third container. So totally they will be having 3 cards inside this accordion. I'll just close this one, 1, 2 and 3. Now inside this first accordion they are having this accordion header class, and here they are having this button, and here they are having this button, and inside this button they have given this target. Once you give this target, now whichever element you want to target, I want to target this entire div container. For this we have to give the same ID. Whatever target you are giving here, it should be matching with this ID. Once you are targeting this one, you are just writing here collapse. It is going to collapse. Once you click on that button, it is going to show this one. Okay, because here we are having this show class. Okay, these are Bootstrap classes, accordion, collapse. Okay, these are Bootstrap classes. Once you click on this, it is going to show. Again, if you just open this one, here we are having this header, here we are having this button. For this button we are having accordion button. For header we are having accordion header. For button, accordion button, and here you just have to write collapsed. Toggle we have given here collapse, and data BS target is collapse 2. Now this is the target. Now here for this ID we have given target 2. So once we click on this button, this entire content will be opened, okay, because here we have given here show class. Okay, this is how it is going to work. I'll just come here, I'll refresh this. Now you can see this is our accordion. Now when I click on this, it is going to close. Again it is going to open, again it is going to close, and it is going to change the direction. Okay, you don't have to by heart this one. If you want, you can just copy the code from here. Okay, now next you are having many, okay, you are having many examples of accordion. You can just check that one. If you want, you can add background colors, okay, whatever you want, you can just add that one. Now once we are done with accordions, here we are having this alerts. Alerts are nothing but whenever we submit some form, if we want to show some errors, we are having this alerts. Like we are having this alerts, you can see. Inside this div container, they are using this alert class, and here they are having this primary. Enroll, they have just given here alert. I'm just going to copy this entire thing, and below this accordion, I'm just going to paste that one. I'll just write here alerts. Below this, I'm just going to paste that one. Now in the same way, we are having this alert class and this primary, okay. Alert primary is going to give in blue color. I'll come here, I'll refresh this. Now you can see these are the alerts. This is blue color. Again we are having alert secondary. You just have to write this alert class, only then you can use this one. If I just don't write this alert, and if I directly write here alert primary, first one you can see, I'll refresh this one, you can see it is not going to work, okay. Whatever stylings I am having here, that is not going to apply, default stylings. So I'm just going to give here alert, then alert primary. I'll refresh this. Now here I am having this output. If you just want to change the text color, you can just give here text. I'll just write here text, I'll write here success. I'll save this. Now you can see my text is in blue color. As soon as I refresh this, the text color is been changed to green. Okay, this is how alerts are useful. Now here we are having this live example. Whenever we click on this button, we are having this error. Okay, you can just refer this one. Now for this links, we are having this alert. Now inside this div container, we are having alert, alert primary, and inside this div container, they are created one anchor tag. For this anchor tag, they have just given here anchor alert link. Okay, you can use these classes to make this response, okay, to give these colors for the links. Again, you just have to create this one, okay. Inside one div container, they have created one h4 paragraph, HR line, again paragraph, and they have just given the same classes alert, alert success, and alert heading, okay, for heading. Again, if you just want to use the icons inside this div container, same thing you have to do. You just have to write this alert, alert primary, whatever you want. First they have passed this icon, second they have passed this heading. In the same way they have done that. You don't have to worry, you don't have to by heart this. Now we are having here dismissible alerts. Now dismissible alerts are nothing but whenever we click on this cross symbol, the alert is going to close. Okay, now we are just going to copy that code. I'll just copy this entire code. And here I'm just going to paste that one. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having this. Now when I click on this, it is going to close. Now for this, you can see they are inside one div container. For this div, they have added the class as alert, alert warning, and here they are using alert dismissible and this fade and this show to add some animation effect. Now inside this, they are just adding here strong. Let me just write here success, and alert, I'll just write here success, okay, which is going to give me in green. If we get any success message, I just want to print this one. Now here I am having this success. I'll just give the proper spelling, and here, okay, button I am having btn close, and inside button you can see I am having this data bs dismiss, and I just have to dismiss the alert. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'll be having success, and you should, okay, whenever I click on this, you can see that fading effect will be applied. If I just remove this fade and show, I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now when I click on this, you can see that animation effect is not been applied. So I'm just going to write this fade show. Okay, this is all about alerts. Now we are having this badges. Okay, you literally, many things you don't have to know. Now if you think about badge, there will be batch class, and inside that you can add batch primary, batch secondary, whatever you want. I'm just going to copy this, and here I'll just write the comment. I'll just write here badges. I'm just going to paste that one. Now here they have just given the example. Now here inside this batch, here I have secondary. Here I'm just going to write here primary. I'll write here success. I'll write here danger. Okay, enough. I'll just remove this one. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having different badges. Okay, now these badges are useful when offers is being displayed or when new items are arrived in website, then we are going to use this kind of badges. But the important thing to notice here is whatever default size we are having inside heading, that size will be applied to the badge. You can see here I'm having this size, so here I'll be having this badge size. So this is how it is going to work. Inside H1 I have just wrapped this span tag. So whatever size my H1 is having, that same size will be applied to the badge. Okay, this is all about badges. Inside this notification inside button, if you want to add, you can just add that one. Here they have given inside this button, they have just added this span tag to get this style. You can just refer this one, you can just refer this. Now we have already seen about background colors. Now pills is nothing but we are having this badge. You just have to write here rounded pill and whatever color you want. I'm just going to copy this first one and here I'm just going to paste that one. Okay, inside this span tag we are having this badge. Here we have just given rounded pill and background color, let me just write here danger. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is like pill. So we are just writing here rounded pill and whatever background color, text color, padding, margin, whatever you want to give, you can just give that one. Now suppose if I just give here padding I'll just give here 3. Padding by 3. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see padding is giving space from inside and from top and bottom I got padding of 3 which is nothing but 16 pixel. Now if I just give here padding, I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see all the 4 sides padding will be applied. Now SAS variables, if you know SAS then you go to SAS. If you don't know then you just learn the basics of SAS and then you jump into this SAS variables. Now in the same way we are having this breadcrumb. Breadcrumb, you just imagine once you think about breadcrumb, you just have to think we will be having one breadcrumb class. Inside this we are going to have all these properties related to breadcrumb. Breadcrumb is nothing but like this. Okay, inside this home tab if you are having this kind of thing, we are just going to use this, just copy and paste breadcrumbs. And we are having this dividers. Breadcrumbs we are not going to use much. Okay, you just refer this one. Next we are having this buttons. Okay, inside buttons also, buttons, imagine we are having this BTN class, then we are having this BTN primary, secondary, warning, whatever we want, we can just give that colors. Okay, BTN primary and this is the output, primary, secondary, success. I'll copy this and here I'm just going to write the comment. I'll just write here buttons. Below this I'm just going to paste that one. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now this is all about buttons. Now in the same way we are having here, you can use inside anchor tag. You can see inside anchor tag, inside input element, you can just give the type. Okay, you can see inside anchor tag they have just given here button and here inside input field they have just given the type as button and inside anchor tag they have just given the role as button, so which will be acting as a button. So you can give button classes inside button or inside input field or inside anchor tag. Okay, based on your requirement you can give buttons. Now next we are having button outline. For buttons you should always use this BTN class, and if you want to add only background color you can just write here BTN primary. If you want only outline for the buttons you can write BTN outline primary, BTN hyphen outline secondary, BTN hyphen outline success. Whatever you want you can just give this one. Okay, you just have to know this. Then we are having sizes of the buttons. You just have, for buttons you should always write BTN. Then they have just given here BTN primary for this first button and BTN LG which stands for large buttons. Now BTN SM stands for small buttons. If you don't give anything then that will be default button. Now if you just want to disable the button you just have to write this disabled keyword and the buttons will be disabled and we will not be able to click on the button. Okay, now this is all about buttons. Now next we are having this block buttons. Block buttons is nothing but it is going to take the complete width. So here they are using display grid and gap hyphen 2 and inside this they are just passing this 2 buttons now which is taking complete width, or you can also use display to be block, D hyphen block. For medium screen devices they are using display medium block. Now here they are having here display flex they have used in medium screen devices and justify content medium screen end, so which is going to print the buttons at the end. Now we are having some more examples, just refer these examples. Now below buttons we are having button group. Button group is nothing but grouping 3-4 buttons inside one div container. Now inside this you can see I am having one div container. Inside this div container I am having this button group class and inside this class I am having 3 buttons. And for these buttons I have given the same classes BTN primary, BTN secondary, whatever you want you can give, and these buttons are going to group like this. Now next we are having here active button. Okay, now this button is active. You can see we are having this active class here. Again we are having some colors here. For just they have just wrapped inside one div container, and for each button they have just changed the colors: BTN, danger, warning and success. And now they are using this button outline classes here. Inside one div container they are wrapping all the buttons, and here are having BTN outline, primary, secondary, whatever you want. Now next they are having this checkboxes. Inside input field they have given the type as checkbox, and here BTN check. Okay, this is the Bootstrap class. For radio buttons they have just given. Okay, for input fields we are just giving the type as radio, and we are just giving this one. Again finally we are having this button toolbar. Okay, you can just refer this example. Inside one div container they are having three more div containers, 1, 2 and 3. Inside each div, inside first div I am having 4 buttons, inside second div I am having 3 buttons, inside third div I am having 1 button. Okay, they have just done the same thing. They have changed the background color, but they have given the same BTN class. Now next we are just adding. Okay, this is the normal button group where we are having this 4 buttons. You can see where we are having 4 buttons. And next inside this second one, okay, inside this second one, first I am having here icon, second I am having here input group. So for that you can see inside this div container, first I am just giving this div, and inside this group text, input group text, and here I am having this at. Here inside input field type I have given as text, and okay, everything is going to work, and here I will be getting this icon, and next I will be getting this input field. In the same way we are having the same thing here. Again we are having here icon, and here we are having this input field. Okay, now next sizing of the buttons we have already seen: button small, button large. Okay, for button groups we have this button group class, and here we just have to write here button group large or button group small. Now here they have given the next thing example. Inside this one div container I'll just copy this code, and below this I'm just going to paste that code. Now here I'll just explain you this example, whatever I have copied. Now you can see I have one div container. Inside this div container all the buttons are been closed, and for this div container they have given the class as button group. Okay, they are just giving one label to the button, so we are using this one, button group with nested dropdown. Okay, if you don't give then also no issues. Inside this div container, this is the first child, this is the second child, and this div container is the third child of this div container. Okay, now for parent we have given this button group. Now inside this child we are just giving button classes. We are just giving button and button primary. Inside this first also we are giving the same thing, but for the third button we are just using drop down. So we are just wrapping inside one div container. Now for this we are just giving the button group, and inside this first child is this button and second child is this UL list. Now once we give this one, now for button you can see they have given one ID, they have given the type and class, and they have given this drop down toggle. And inside this database toggle they have given this drop down, and area expanded they have given as false. Now this area expanded is going to help us to know whether the area is expanded or not. Now now they are just giving here false, and inside this they are just writing the text as drop down. Inside UL they have given this drop down menu, and then they have just given one labeled attribute. Okay, area labeled attribute. And inside list items, once we use this drop down menu we will be getting drop down item for list item, again drop down item for list item. I am not typing because if we start typing here we are going to waste tons of time, so I am just going to explain you this one. Now we are just closing this. Okay, once you give this one, again I will just explain you. This is the parent container. In this we are having 1 child, 2 child and 3 child, totally 3 child we are having. First 2 childs are the normal buttons, and the third child is the div itself. And inside this div we are just giving here button group, and inside this div container we are having 2 child, button and UL list. And for this button we are just giving this classes, button group 1, and also type we are giving drop down toggle. This everything we are just going to give, and inside this UL list we are having this drop down menu. Now once I click on this button, only then it is going to work. I'll save this. Now you can see here below this I am having this drop down button. When I click on this it is going to work like that. In the same way we are having this vertical variation buttons. You can just practice this one, and also we are having this one. Okay, they are just changing the group vertical, button group vertical. Okay, let us change that one. I'll just come here, I'll be writing here vertical. I'll copy this class, and here again I'm just going to paste that one. I'll save this. I'll come here, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see my button is in vertical. Now when I click on this, I'll be getting this drop down here. Okay, now next we are having this card section. Now for this card section, I'm just going to create one new file. I'll just create one new file. I'll just write my file name as 5card.js. Now from container, I'm just going to copy this entire code, and inside card, I'm just going to paste that one. I'll just remove this content. I'll just change it to HTML, card.html. Now inside this, I'm just going to change the title to card, and here I'll just remove all the stylings. Now cards are, you can see we are having many examples of cards. Now for cards, I'll just show the classes. Now to use card, you have to wrap inside this in one div container. For the parent, you just have to give the card. And if you want to give image inside this one, okay, here we are having this image. Okay, we are having image, we are having title, we are having paragraph, and we are having button. So if you want image, you can see everything is wrapped inside one div container. If you want image, you just have to write here image, and for this the class name is card image top. Again, we are wrapping this entire thing inside one div container. So here we are wrapping inside div container, and that will be given the class as card body. Card body we are just giving here. Again, inside that we are having h5, we are having paragraph, and finally we are having anchor tag. And for anchor tag, they have given the classes btn primary, so that will be behaving as a button. Okay, now we are just going to see this example. Now here first I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as card. Inside this div I just want image, so I'll just write image, and here I'm just going to give images path. Images, I'll just write this image. Below this I'm just going to create another div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as card body. Okay, inside card, if you want image, you just have to give. If you don't want, then also you can remove that one. Inside card body, you can see I'm having heading, I'm having paragraph, and here I'm having button. If you want to use headings, I'll just write here h2, and for headings we just have to write here card title. I'll just write here hello. Below this I'll write paragraph, and for paragraphs we are just going to write here card text. If you want to write some description, I'll just write here 20, lorem 20. Below this you can either create button, directly I'll just create button, and for this I'll just give here btn, I'll just write here btn danger. I'll just write here submit something. I'll save this, I'll just copy this file path, and here I'm going to paste that one. Okay, now you can see my image is very large, so I am getting this one. So I'll just come here. Now I'm just going to give one style attribute. I'll just write here style tag, and inside this I just write here image, and for image I'm just going to give the width. I'll give 100 pixel. I'll save this, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having here, I'm having this image, I'm having this heading, and here I'm having this paragraph and button. But it is not looking like card because this entire thing is taking complete 100%. If you are using only one card, they have just given some width for this. Okay, for this card, for this div container, they have just given some width. Okay, I'm just going to copy that one. I'll just copy this width. Okay, you can also give this width inside style sheet, and here for this I'm just going to paste that one. I'll save this, and now if I just refresh this one, you can see it is taking 18 rem. It is taking 18 rem of width. If you just want, I'll just copy this class, and here I'm going to paste that one, and for this I'm just going to give the width. I'll copy this width, I'll remove from here, and here I'm going to paste that one. I'll refresh this. Okay, now here I'm having this card. Now if you just want to give some margin, if I just want to give, here I'm just going to give here margin top and bottom 4. I'll refresh this. Now you can see from top and bottom I got margin of 4, and also if you want to give on left and right, you can just give like this. I'll refresh this. From left and right also I'll be getting some space. If I want on all the 4 sides, directly I'm just giving here margin 4. I'll refresh this, then again I'll be having the same output. Okay, you can give anything. If you want to give padding, I'll just give on all the 4 sides. I'll just give here 4. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see padding is giving space from inside, and this will be our output. I'll just increase this one. I'll just give 300 pixel. 100 pixel. I'll refresh this one. Now this will be my output. Now this has come outside the div container, so I'm just going to give here 200. I'll refresh this. Okay, now here I am having this output, but here if I want image in the middle, now you can see my image is not in the middle. So we have already seen about images. To bring image in the middle, we have one class, and for this class I'm just going to give here display to be block and also margin X to be auto. Okay, as soon as we give this one, our image will come in the middle. You can see our image is perfectly come in the middle. Okay, this is about class. Suppose if I want here multiple classes, suppose if I want multiple cards here, I'll just copy this entire thing. I'll just copy this one and here I'm going to paste. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see here I am having vertical cards. I don't want that one, because in websites, if you notice, all the cards will be displayed in horizontal. Suppose meet our team section, okay, about section, all the cards will be displayed in horizontal row. Bring these cards in horizontal row, we have to wrap inside one row container. Okay, now from here I'm just going to remove all the cards. I'll just keep only one card. Now here I'll just create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as container, because whenever we are using row, we have to use one div with the class name container. Now here I'm just going to create one div with the class name row. Now inside this row, once we give this row, we have to give column properties. Okay, we have already seen in grids. Now here I'm just going to give column. In my medium screen devices, I just want it to take 12, which means that in medium screen 3 cards will be displayed. Now inside this div container, I'm just going to place this entire card. I'll paste that one, and from here I'll just comment this. Now again I'll just copy this entire card, okay, this column card, and below this I'm going to paste again. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this, now you can see all the cards will come in horizontal row. Okay, if you want some more cards here, I'm just going to paste and paste. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see now next cards will come in second row. Okay, because I have given here 4, so it is going to take only 3 cards here. Now suppose if I just give here 3, whether it is going to work. Here if I just give here 3, I'll just open this one. I'll give here 3, and next I'm just going to give here 3, and next I'll just give here 3. Okay, only for first row I am changing. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Once I gave 3, so inside this first row totally 4 cards will be fit. Okay, this is how we are just going to display cards. If you want, you can give 6 as well. I'll just remove this, and here I'm going to give 6, and here I'm going to give 6, which means that 6 cards will be displayed. I'll just remove this entire thing. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see only 2 cards will be displayed. Okay, this is all about cards. Now here for image, we are having this card image top, for body card body, for card title, for card text. Now we are having this one. Okay, if you want, you can just write directly, you can write card body without giving any image. I'll just come here. Now from here I'm just going to remove this. I'll just comment this image. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is also one type of card without image. Again, for this they have just added anchor tags. Okay, you don't have to worry about this. Once you learn about one card, rest all will be same. Okay, now we are having all these cards. Okay, now inside this card body itself, they are adding some list items. You can see they have added some list items, and they have added one and they are adding anchor tags here. Again, in the same way, inside card body they are just adding here card header, and inside this card body they are just giving entire content. Again, they are having the same thing, card header, card body. See, we have seen about block code. Inside card they are just giving block code, and here inside this footer, inside block code, inside footer, they are using block code footer, and so they are getting the output like this. Again, the same way, card header, and this will be card footer, and this will be the card body. Okay, they have just sizing the cards. You can see inside column 6 small screen devices they have given this, and here also small screen. So totally 2 cards will be displayed, and they have wrapped inside one row. And also the same thing, card body. Okay, now they are just using this width 75 and width 50. Now with 75, out of 100% it is going to give 75% of the width, and out of 100% it is going to give 50% of the width for the card. This entire thing is same. Now for this they have just given text center for the card, and here text end, which will display all the content on right side. And also they have just given this navigation. Okay, navbars we are going to study, you don't have to worry. Okay, this all you can just refer this one. can see if the image is on top, we are giving card image top. If the image is on bottom, you can see if the image is bottom, then we are just giving card image bottom. Now once we are done with cards, we are having here carousel. Now inside carousel, we will be having many examples of carousel. Carousel is nothing but whenever we click on this, you can see the slides are going to change. We have automatic carousels. Okay, these are automatic carousels, and here we are having this indicators, and next we are having this text here. Okay, let's see an example of this. Now here inside this, okay, they have just given some classes carousel, and they have given the class name as slide. Okay, you don't have to worry about this, and we are having some buttons here, and these are the indicators, carousel indicators. Carousel indicators are this one, and inside this one they are having another div. For this they have given carousel inner, and inside this we are having 3 divs, 1, 2 and 3, because they are 3 sliders. And inside that div they have given the class name as carousel item and carousel item. For first one they have just given the class name as active, and inside this they are just giving one image. Inside each div containers they are giving the image. They are giving display block and width to be 100%, which means that my image will take complete 100% of the width. Now for this, now below this we are having these buttons. Okay, inside these buttons they have just given one span tag, and inside this they have just given here previous and next, which means that for this indicators they are just giving that one. Okay, for this previous and next buttons. Okay, you just refer this one, you literally don't have to by heart this. Okay, we are going to see about carousel in our project, so we are not going to see much about carousel here. Again, we are having many examples of carousel. Okay, here also entire thing is same. We are having this 3 buttons for indicators, this entire carousel inner, okay, for the images. Inside this carousel inner we are having this div, and first we are having image, and next again inside one div container carousel caption we are having h5 and paragraph. Okay, this heading and paragraph. Okay, in the same way everything is going to work. Next we are having this close buttons. Now inside this close buttons they are just giving this designs for the buttons. You can see they are just giving this button close. I'll just copy this one, and here I'm just going to paste that. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this cross symbol here. Okay, now in the same way they are just giving some button classes. You can see here they are just giving button close white, button close white, button close dark. Okay, you can just use the classes now. Button close is just creating this cross symbols. Okay, button close, you just have to write this. If you want, you can just give this colors. Okay, next we are having this collapse. Now you can see when I click on this, it is now once first it is hidden. Now as soon as I click on this, it is going to be like this. Again when I click on this, it is going to be collapsed. So here inside anchor tag they have just given here data BS toggle to be collapsed, and inside href and type button, okay, everything whatever we have learned previously. And second, inside this button also they have given the same thing, type button, and data toggle is this one collapse, and data BS target they have just given this one. Now here inside this div container, whenever I click on the button, I want it to show this one. So here for this I am giving the class as collapse. ID here I am just giving here collapse example. Now this ID and inside anchor tag whatever I have given inside href, that should be matching here. Again inside button, inside this data -bs, okay, inside this target whatever I have given here, that should be matching here. And inside card body I am just giving that one. You just write this one, data BS toggle should be collapse, and inside this div containers we are just writing the class name as class. And for anchor tag whatever you have given inside href, that should be matching with this ID, and here whatever we have given inside this target, we just have to give that one. Again in the same way we are having this horizontal. Okay, we are just writing here collapse, collapse horizontal. I'll just click on this, you can see it is going to collapse like that. We are having multiple targets. When I click on this, okay, just refer this one. Now next we are having this drop downs. Drop downs we have already seen. Let's see an example. Now here I am having one button, and inside this button, okay, this entire thing has been wrapped inside drop down. Okay, drop down, when you think about drop down, there will always be a class name with drop down. So here the parent will be having the class as drop down. Inside this we are having one button, and inside button we are just giving some classes, button, button secondary, and this drop down toggle you have to use inside the button. Now for this also we are giving one ID, and we are giving this data -bs toggle, and we are just giving this area expanded. Now next we are just creating this UL list below the button, and for here we have just given the ID, and now here we are just giving this one area labeled by. Okay, and this should be matching, and here I am just giving this UL list drop down menu, and for list items drop down item. Now once I click on this, it is going to work, and here I will be getting this output. Now in the same way we are having this examples, and for each buttons they are added this one. Okay, drop down, just use drop down class. Okay, we are having this examples. Again we are having button large, you just have to use this BT and LG. Okay, here we are having BT and LG classes. In the same way, if you want to use smaller, we have this BT and small, and here it is going to work in the same way. Now if you want like this, you just have to use this drop down end. Again, if you want to use like this, you just have to write here drop start. Okay, this is all about drop downs. Now next we are having list group. Now list group is nothing but creating unordered list. Now here for list group, they have given here list group for the parent. Then for all the list items, they have just given here list group item. Again, if you want to make this active, you just have to write here active. If you want to make disable, you just have to write here area disable is equal to true. If you want to use links here, instead of unordered list, you can just write here anchor tags, and you just have to wrap inside one div container, and for that div container you have to give the class as list group, and for all the anchor tags we are just giving list group item, and if you want to make it as active, we are just giving here list group action active. Now this flush list group flush, it is used to remove borders around the corners. Okay, from all the four sides it is going to remove the borders. Okay, we are just adding here list group flush for our parent. Again, if you want number, you just have to write here list group numbered. If you want this icon inside this, okay, they have just written here ordered list, and inside this they are having here list items, and inside this first list item, first they are having one div container with this content. Okay, this they are having subheading and this content, and the next child is span tag, and for this they have given batch, and they have given batch primary, and they have given rounded pill. Okay, you can, once you learn the basic concept, then you will understand this everything. Again we are having this horizontal. Okay, list group we are just giving here list group horizontal. You can see list group horizontal for this three list items UL, they will be displayed in horizontal because we have given here list group horizontal in medium screen, in smaller screen, and in larger screen also we have given this one. Again in extra small, extra large we have given this, extra large also we have given this. Next for this we have just given the classes list group item classes. And for table we are having table primary. For list group items we are having list group item primary, secondary, success, whatever colors you want. Now once we are done with this, now we are going to design some models. Now models are nothing but whenever you click on this button, model should appear. Whenever you click on this close button, it should get closed. Now here we are having one example. I'll just click on this model. You can see we are having this model. When I click on close, it is going to close. Now these models are very useful when we are using forms. Okay, now from here first we are having this button. Okay, I'm just going to write this example here. Below this button I'll just write one comment. I'll just write here model. Now here I'm just going to create one button, and for this button I'll just give the class as BTN dark, and here I'll just write here open. Now for this button we are just writing here data -bs toggle, data-bs toggle, and here they have just given here model, and inside this target they have just given some ID. So I'm just going to write something here. I'll just write here model, and here I'll just write this one data-bs target. I'll just give this one open model. I'll just write here model example. I'll save this. I'll come here, I'll refresh this one. Now here I am having this button. I'll just comment this cross symbol as of now. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I am having this button. Now for this button I'm just going to give some margin. I'll just give margin 4. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I am having this button. Now once we give this button, whenever we click on this, one div container should be opened. So here now they are having this div container. For this they have given some ID. Here we are having this ID. Okay, let's just write that one. Now below this they are giving this classes model and fade. Even I'll just give the same class. I'll just give here model, and fade is to give that animation kind of effect. And here I'm just going to give the ID whatever I have targeted here. I'm just going to give the same ID. Now here inside this div container, let me just write here h1. I'll just write here model. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now when I click on this, you can see it is not going to work because we have not linked JavaScript yet. So to link JavaScript, I'll just come here inside index.html. For models, for popovers, we have to use JavaScript. I'll just paste that one. I'll refresh this. Now when I click on this, you can see this is getting opened, but because we have not applied any styles, this container is not been showed. Now here they are just adding some containers. Okay, they are just added some things here. Model dialog, model content, and inside model header they are placing this one, and inside body, okay, they are just adding some extra content. So I'll just copy this entire div. Now in place of this, I'm just going to paste that one. Okay, here they are given some classes: model dialog, model content, model header, title. I'll just come here. I'll refresh this. Now when I click on this button, okay, now this is not working because here I have given the ID as example model. I'll copy this. Here I'm going to paste that one. I'll refresh this. Now when I click on this, you can see a model gets open. Now inside this model body, you can just create forms. Okay, you can just display the forms here. I'll just write here one form. I'm just going to give one input field here. I'll save this. I'll just refresh this one. Now when I click on this open, you can see I'm having one input field here. Okay, this is how models are very useful. We are having many examples of model. Like when I click on this, you can see they have written some content here. Okay, in place of this form, if I just write some content, I'll just remove this one. Below this, I'm just going to create one paragraph. I'll just write here lorem 10. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now when I click on this, you can see I'm having that paragraph. Okay, whatever ID, whatever target you are giving here, that should be matching with the ID. Only then it is going to work. Now again we are having this examples. Okay, we are just having this example. Just refer all this. Okay, now to get that one, they are just using here model dialog scroll bar. It is going to scroll. Okay, now next we are having nav and tabs. Nav and tab is nothing but inside one unordered list, they are creating list items. They have just given the class name as nav. For list items, they have given list nav item, and for anchor tag, they have given nav link. Okay, in the same way, they are just working here. Again, we are having this justify content center, will bring the content in center. Again, they are having justify content end, will bring the content at the end. Again, they are having vertical. They have just given here flex column. They are just using all the display properties, display, flex, justify content, everything they are using here. Again, they are having here flex column. Now tabs is nothing but like this. Okay, now for this they have just given here nav tabs. It is going to give this kind of design. It is going to give this kind of tab design. Okay, they have just used here nav tabs for the parent, for UL. Again, pill, they have used nav pills. And if you want to fill this one, they are just using here nav pills, and again they are just using here nav fill. Okay, that is going to fill that one. Okay, by default it is going to be filled in primary color. Okay, we are having the same examples here. Next we are having this navbar. Navbar we are just going to see in our project. We are having this off canvas. Okay, as a beginner, you don't have to do the entire Bootstrap. You just have to know the basics to get started with the projects. Okay, now once you keep on practicing, you will just get to know about this pagination. Okay, once you think about that particular content, you should always remember there will be one container which will be having that class. If you are having pagination, now the parent will be having this pagination and the child will be having some class related to that parent class. Now here I am having page item for list items. For anchor tags, we are having page link. In the same way, they are just using here symbols here. Okay, these are called as entities, and we are having this symbol for this one. Okay, for this right and left. For disabled and active, we just have to write here active keyword and disabled keyword. Okay, in the same way, for larger, we have this pagination LG for large paginations. For small, we have pagination small. Again, for alignment, they have just justify content center, justify content end. Okay, this is how it is going to work. Next, they are just using this placeholders. And inside this placeholders, I'll just come here. Okay, when our website is getting loaded, we will be having this kind of effects on our website. Okay, so for that they'll just write the code. When till our website is loaded, just display this content. Okay, this kind of content. Okay, so for that you can see for that they are just using one card, and inside this card, okay, this is our first card. This is the first card, and for this second card they are just using here placeholder glow for H5 heading. So which is going to glow like this. For title, they are giving here placeholder glow. For span, they are just giving here placeholder call span, and for all the things they are just giving here placeholder. Now once they give this placeholder, it is going to work like this. Now only our header is glowing, our button is here. For paragraphs, they are just giving here placeholder grow. For heading, they are giving placeholder grow, and for anchor tag, they have just given here placeholder. Okay, this is going to glow like that. Again, we are having this is the placeholder, and again this will be the color, okay, button primary, and for that they have given placeholder and the active key as disabled. Again, width they have just given here, width 75, you can either give like this or you can just specify like this, okay, inner stylings. If you are using span tags and if you give here call 12, it is going to expand to complete width, it is going to take complete 100%. Okay, this is all about placeholders. Next we are having this popovers. Now once you are using popovers, once you are using models, you have to link JavaScript file. Now popovers are nothing but whenever you click on this, you can see it is going to pop like that. Okay, so for that they are just using here JavaScript. Okay, you don't have to worry about this one. Okay, popover, you can see whenever I click on this, it is going to give me some popovers. Okay, whenever you click on the button, there some actions will be performed and some alert will be displayed. Okay, for that you can use this one. We are having this progress. Inside one div container, they are wrapping another div container. For the parent, they are just giving the class as progress, and for child they are giving progress bar. Once you give this one, they are just giving here minimum value and maximum value. You can see minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 100. So for first, I don't have any color because here inside this value now I have given here 0. So first I don't have any color. Now inside second, value now I have given 25, minimum value is 0, maximum value is 100, and width I have just given here 25%. So here I will be having this output. In the same way, we are just giving this one. For labels, inside this div container, inside child, we are just writing here 25%. Again for height, we are just giving this one. We are just specifying the height of the parent. Okay, here you can see different heights has been given. For first we are having 1 pixel, for second we are having 20 pixel. And again background colors, same colors, BG success, BG info they are using for the parent, and again this they are using. Inside this they are just giving this one, okay, different colors they are using. And stripe this, we are having this progress bar striped class, and now you just refer this one, okay, progress bar. So progress bar will be the class. Again we have this scroll. Now scrolling is nothing but, now first I am in this first heading. Once I scroll, once I come to second heading, I will be redirected to second. Once I come to drop down, I will be redirected to drop down. Okay, here you will be having the link. Okay, you just have to refer this one. This is same like navbar. Again we are having this slide navbars. We are going to make projects on this. I am going to make separate tutorial on each of the topics, and we are going to make projects on this. And we are having spinners. So spinners means there will always be a class with the class name spinner. You can see we are having the spinner border, and visually it is hidden, and we are having this loading. Again spinner border, and they are just giving some text colors, text primary, text secondary. And next we are having this toast. Toasts are nothing but, if suppose online, if you want to chat, if you are facing some issues while doing something, if you want to chat online, there we will be having one support chat. So for that, if you just want to open this, show support chat, and here support chat will be open bottom. You can see bottom support chat will be opened, and here you can start typing the code. Okay, this is nothing but toast, and once we come to toast, there will be always the class with the class name toast. Now we are going to see the topics once I make this series. I am just going to explain you in depth. So as of now, you don't have to worry about toast, you don't have to worry about this off canvas, you don't have to worry about tooltips. Okay, you can just ignore this as of now, because as a beginner, okay, this if you are learning Bootstrap for the very first time, then you don't have to know about this. Once you keep on practicing, then you will get to know. Once you click on this, you can see we are getting this top. Okay, we are getting this tooltips. Now we are just going to see about gutters. I'll just write here gutters. Now gutters are nothing but they are basically like giving padding and margin. Now here they are having one container. Okay, this is the new feature added in Bootstrap 5. I am having one container. Now for this container, I am just giving here padding. Now inside this row, I am giving here gutter x. Gutter x is nothing but giving space on left and right. This is horizontal, giving space on horizontal. Now if you want to give vertical, we just have to write here gutter y, okay, G5, which is going to give space in vertical. Now we are having some of the examples of gutters. In that particular screen devices, I am just giving some spacing here. Again, if you just don't need any gutters, if you don't want to give any spacing, you just have to write here gutter -0. Now we are having about forms. Now I'll just come inside this form section. Inside this form sections, we are having this forms. So once you come to forms, here we are having many examples of forms. Now here you can see inside one div container, I'm having one this for ID, and for input fields we are having this form control. Okay, we are just going to write this example. Now here below this I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as container. I want to wrap the form inside one container. Here I'm just going to create form, and inside this I'll just write one label. I'll just write here name. Below this I'm just going to create one input field and type text, and placeholder I'm just going to give here. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having one form, okay, name with input field, but I want this kind of form. So for that, what they have given is they have given one class form label for the label and form control for input fields. Now once I give this class, I'll just write here class. I'm just going to write here form control. Now I'll just remove this space. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now once I give this form control, you can see this has been applied. Okay, this input field is going to take complete 100% of the width. Okay, because I have wrapped inside one div container, so it is taking only this particular width. Only this much width it is taking. Again, we are having sizing form control large, form control medium. You just have to see that for disabled keyword and active keyword, and we are having many things here. Like forms, we are having the same thing. If you just want to choose the files, you just have to wrap inside that one. You just have to give the type as file, and that will be printed. This is all about forms. We are having this selects. If you know about HTML, then you are aware of this select. Whenever we click on this, it is going to open this one. Now for this, we are just giving here form select. Okay, these are Bootstrap classes. If you use this one, this entire stylings will be applied for you. Again, we are having the sizings. Next, we are having this check radio buttons, and inside this we are having this one. Okay, we are just having this form check input type is equal to checkbox. We are having this range, we are having input groups. Okay, just go through this one. Don't by heart anything, don't mug up anything, just glance this one. Whichever component you need, whatever things you need. Suppose if you just need card, just come here, type card, open card, and select whichever card display you want. Just copy that one and write that code inside your website. Suppose if you just want to see about badges, just search for badges, come here, copy this entire thing and customize based on your requirement. Now if you want navbar, just write here navbar, come to navbar, and inside navbar we will be having entire navbar displays. Okay, you can see entire navbar 1, and this is our second navbar, and then again if you scroll you will be having icons navbar. Myself, I don't know entire thing in Bootstrap. Once I keep on making projects, once I keep on practicing, I'll get to know, okay, these are the classes we have to use. Okay, these I have to use here. I will get to know by myself. I don't have to literally learn entire thing from Bootstrap. Okay, as a beginner, if you just learn the basics and if you learn whatever I have taught you in this tutorial, then that is more than enough for a beginner. And I literally suggest you to start making projects, start creating websites using Bootstrap, and also I will be uploading many websites using Bootstrap. Totally I decided to upload 50 websites using Bootstrap, so one by one I am going to upload, and also I am going to make one complete new series on Bootstrap, and in depth I am just going to teach about each of the topics in Bootstrap, so that if you want to learn in more depth, then you can refer that series. We are having this Z-index utilities, we are having this gutters. We are going to see entire Bootstrap in one complete series. So as of now, this tutorial is completely enough to start with the projects. Now next we are going to make project, and in that project I am going to write the code. I am not going to copy from anywhere. I am going to write the code and I am going to explain you the entire thing. Okay, now let's jump into the project. This will be our final project, and here inside this you can see I am having this navbar. Inside navbar I am having logo, I am having list items, and here I am having 2 buttons. Now whenever I scroll, you can see I am getting this transparent navbar. I am having this logo, I am having this list items here, and here I am having these buttons, and whenever I hover on this, you can see the color is getting changed, and you can see this is the carousel, and here I am having some text, here I am having one paragraph, here I am having these buttons. Okay, now we are going to style this entire thing. You can see I am having here 2 buttons, get package and become member, and then in this I am having this premium code and coupon code, and finally I am having here register and login. Okay, this is our carousel. You can see my navbar is transparent and it is working completely fine. Now here I am having this section, here I am having one button, and here I am having some text. Now below this I am having one heading, and here I am having this 4 cards. Below this I am having here amazing offers, and here I am having 3 cards. And below this I am having this 2 column section, and here I am having this followers, and finally I am having this footer. Okay, now we are going to style this website. Now we are going to make this simple project, and this is completely responsive. Okay, using Bootstrap, you don't have to write the entire code to make it responsive. By default, it is going to be responsive. Now you can see here it's completely responsive. You can see here I'm having this menu bar, and here whenever I hover on this, I'm getting this all the list items here, and here I'm having this buttons. Now again, if I just scroll down, you can see it's completely transparent. I'm having this output. Okay, I'm just going to reduce this. You can see it's completely responsive. It is going to adjust by itself because we are going to add some classes in this. Okay, it is completely responsive. Now we are just going to make this one. So let's get started with the code. Now here first I'm just going to open this Bootstrap. I'll just write here getbootstrap.com, and from here I'll just copy the CDN link. I'll just click on get started, and from here I'll just copy this CSS. Okay, I'll just copy this CSS CDN link. I'll copy this one, and inside this folder I'm having this index.html file and style.css file. Inside index.html, first I'm just going to write this basic boilerplate, and here I'll just write here tours and travels. Below this I'm just going to write one comment. I'll just write here bootstrap CSS CDN link, and here I'm just going to paste that one, that link, whatever I have copied, I have just pasted that one. If you want to remove this, you can just remove this. This we are using because we don't want anyone to change this code, so we are just using this integrity and cross origin. Okay, if you want, you can just remove this. As of now, I'm just going to remove, but once you are making projects using Bootstrap, then you don't have to remove this line of code. Okay, now below this, I'm just going to write one comment. I'll just write here custom CSS link. Below this, I'm just going to link CSS file. I'll just write here style.css. Now below this, I'm just going to write one more comment. I'll just write here font awesome. And from here, I'm just going to copy the CDN link. I'll just open this one. I'll just write here font awesome CDN. And from here, I'll just open this link. I'll just copy this first link. I'll copy this one. And here, I'm just going to paste that one. And from here also, I'm just going to remove. I'll save this. This is our basic setup. Now inside style.css, I'm just going to write this universal selector. I'll just give here padding to be 0. I'm going to give margin to be 0 and box sizing to be border box. Okay, these are the default settings we are going to do. And also we are going to import one font family. I'll just write here Google Fonts. And from here, I'll just write stylish. I'll select this one. I'll select this style, and also I'm going to select one more font family. I'll just browse fonts. I'll do Poppins. I'll select this one. Now from here I'm just going to select this. I'll just import this one. I'll copy this entire link, and here inside style.css I'm just going to import that one. And below this I'll just copy this both the font family, and below this I'm just going to paste that one. Okay, later on I'm going to use. As of now I'm just going to comment this one. Okay, this is our basic stylings we have done, and for my entire website I need this font family. So here I'm just going to give that font family. Okay, I'm just going to copy this path. I'll close all the tabs. I need this Bootstrap, so rest I'm just going to close. I'll just paste that path here. Okay, now you can see the title is been changed, and all the settings whatever we have done, it is been applied. Okay, now we are going to write the code. Now inside this Bootstrap website, inside components, you will be having this navbar. You just have to find, you can see you are having this navbar. Just open this one, select whichever navbar you need, just copy this entire code and paste that one. Now as of now we are just going to write the code. Now here inside this body I'm just going to write here navbar section. Below this I'm just going to create nav, and for this I'll just give the class name as navbar, and also I'm just going to give here navbar expand large, because in my larger screen devices I want it to expand. So I'm just giving here navbar expand large, and also I'm just going to give sticky top. I want my navbar should be stuck on top, so I'm just going to give these classes. Okay, these are the classes which are already present in Bootstrap. We don't have to by heart this one. Once you keep on practicing that, then you will get to know about these classes. Okay, I want it to stick on top, so I'm just giving that one. And also I'm just going to give one more class. Okay, this is not Bootstrap class. I'm just going to give here navbar custom. Okay, using this class I'm just going to apply some stylings for this. So I'm just giving this custom navbar custom class. I'll just enter. I'll save this. I'll come to my project. I'll refresh this one. Now you cannot see the navbar because I don't have anything. Now inside this navbar, I'll just close this left panel. Now inside this navbar, I'm just going to create one div, and for this div, I'm just going to give the class as container fluid, which is going to take complete 100% of the width. Now inside this, first I need logo. So I'm just going to create anchor tag, and for this I'll just give here navbar brand. Okay, these are Bootstrap classes. Inside this anchor tag, I'll just create one image, and inside src I'm just going to give here images, and here I'll just write here logo.png, and also I'm just going to give one class. Okay, these are the custom classes. I'll just give here class, and here I'm just going to give here navbar logo. I'll save this. I'll come here. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is my logo. My logo has come here. Now below this anchor tag, I'm just going to create one div. Now this div will be having the list items. Now for this, first I'm just going to give here collapse. Okay, I want it to collapse in my larger screen devices. I'm just going to give here collapse, and also I'm going to give here navbar collapse. Now inside this, I'm just going to create UL, and for this UL I'm just going to give here navbar hyphen nav. Okay, navbar navigation, and also I'm just going to give here margin end to be auto. Okay, these are Bootstrap classes, and also I'm just going to give here navbar menu. This is my CSS custom class. Now inside this UL list items, I want list items, so I'm just going to create list items, and for this I'll just give the class as nav item, and inside this I want anchor tag. I'll just give here nav link, and I want to give some styling, so I'm just going to give here navbar custom text. Now inside this anchor tag, first I'm just going to add here home. I'll just write here home, and here I'm just going to write here hash, and also here inside href I'm just going to write here hash because I don't want that 404 error. Now from here I'm just going to copy this entire list. I'll just paste it 3-4 times. Now from here I'll just remove this. I'll just write here about, and from here I'm just going to remove. I'll just write here services, and finally I'm just going to write here contact. Okay, you can write as many as things you want. I'm just going to write here contact. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'll just refresh this one. I can't see this one. I can't see my UL list. Okay, here you can see here I'm having this navbar underscore collapse. We just have to write here navbar hyphen collapse. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see my list items have come here. Now below this UL list, I'll just remove this. Now below this UL list, I'm just going to create one div for the buttons. I'll just create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class as btn custom. For custom classes, I'm just using here underscore, and for Bootstrap classes we have this hyphen. We should always use this hyphen for Bootstrap classes. Now inside this I'm just going to create button, and for this I'll just give the class name as btn, and here I'm just going to give here button large. I want large buttons. This is Bootstrap class, and also I need one more class. I'll just give here custom btn. Okay, now this is custom button. Now inside this button I'm just going to write the text. I'll just write here sign in. I'm just going to copy the same thing. I'll just write here login. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this 2 buttons. Now we are just going to apply the styles for this. Before that, now below this anchor tag, we are just going to create our menu bar. Okay, in my larger screen devices, I don't want it to be visible, but in my smaller screen devices, I want that menu bar should be visible. Now here if I just inspect this one, you can see I'm having this one. I want this one. Okay, I want this logo here. So for that we are just going to write the code. Now below this anchor tag, I'm just going to create the button, and for this button I'm just going to give the class as navbar hyphen toggler. And for this button I'm just going to give the type. I'll give it as button, and also I'm going to give one more property. I'm just going to use this data bs, and here we just have to write here toggle. Okay, I'm just going to pass one attribute data bs toggle, and inside this I'm just going to write here collapse. Okay, I want it to collapse, so I'm just writing here collapse, and also for which element I have to target. So I'll just write here data bs target, and here I'll just write the id as navbar list. I'll just write here navbar list. Now I have to give id to one particular div, so for that it is going to target. Now inside this div, I'm just going to create ID, and for this ID, I'm just going to pass this one. I'll just write that one here. I'll save this. Now here inside button, let me just write here. Let me just write this 3 lines. As of now, I'll just write this 3 lines. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. I'll just inspect this. Now here you can see I'm having this 3 lines. Once I add this ID, okay, this ID and this ID, I'm targeting this to entire div container. Now I'll just come here, I'll refresh this one. Now if I click on this, it is not going to work because we have not added JavaScript code. Now inside this Bootstrap, I'll just come to get started, introduction, and from here I'm just going to copy this one. I'll just copy this bundle, JS bundle, and here I'm just going to paste that one. Okay, below this body, I'll just write the comment. I'll just write here JS Bootstrap link. In Bootstrap 5, we don't have to link jQuery. We just have to bundle this one. We just have to paste this link. I'll just come here. I'll refresh this. Now once I click on this, you can see all my list items are appearing here. This is how it is going to work. We just have to add JavaScript for this kind of effects, for models, for pop effects. Okay, we are just going to add JavaScript, only then it is going to work. Now once we are done with this, now we are just going to add some stylings for this. Okay, we have just created navbar. Okay, now here I am just going to write the comment. Below this I am just going to write here navbar ends here. Now inside style.css, we are just going to do some stylings and we are just going to make our navbar. I'll come to index.html. First I am just going to copy this navbar custom. I'll just copy that one, and here I'm just going to paste that, and for this I'll just give here background color. Let me just write here background color. I'll just give this pink. I'll refresh this. Now you can see this is my navbar which is having this color. Now instead of this, I just want here background image. Background image I'll be giving here linear gradient, and also I'll give here two left, and here I'll just give one RGBA value, and inside this I'll just pass some random value. I'll just give here 238, 56, 65, and opacity I'm just going to give here 0.1. I'll just separate using comma. I'll just give here RGBA, and here I'm just going to give here white color. I'll just write here 255, 255, 255. Opacity I'm just going to give here 0.1. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having this slight linear gradient effect for this. Now below this I'll just come here. I'll copy this navbar logo, and here I'm just going to paste that one, and for this logo I'll just give the width I'm going to give 80 pixel, and also I'm just going to give here object fit to be contain, so that in my smaller screen devices I don't want it to squeeze. I'll just write here contain. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having here logo, and the width is 80 pixel and object fit is contain. I'll come here. I'll come to index.html. Now from this div container, okay, now from inside this div container I'm having this UL list, and for this I have given the class navbar menu. I'll just copy this one, and here I'm going to paste that one, and for this I'm just going to give here margin left. Margin left I'll just give here auto. I'll save this. As soon as I refresh this one, you can see my list items have come here. I'll come to index.html. I'll copy this navbar custom class. For anchor tag, I have given this one. You can either use this class to style, but I am just giving this separate classes because I don't want it to confuse with Bootstrap classes and our custom classes. So I'm just giving this separate classes. I'll just copy this one, and here I'm going to paste that class, and for this first I'm just going to increase the font size. I'll just write here font size. Font size I'm just going to give here 1.5 rem. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see the font size has been increased. I want to change the color. I'll just write here color. Color I'll just give here black. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now the color is been changed, and also I just need some margin. I'll just give here margin. Margin left of 1 em. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now I got margin left of 1 em. Now we are just going to style our buttons. I'll come to index.html, and from here I'm just going to copy this custom btn, and below this I'm just going to paste that one. Now for this I'm just going to give one background color. I'll just give background color. Background color, let me just write here pink, and later on I'm just going to increase the color, random color. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having this background color for buttons. Now below this I'm just going to give one transition. Okay, transition is whatever changes I do whenever I hover, I want it to take smoothly. So I'm just giving a transition. Transition, I want it to apply to all. I want it to take 0.5 seconds and I need in linear direction, okay, linear speed. Now below this I'll just copy this class, and here I'm going to paste that one, and whenever I hover on this I want it to change some properties. Now I just want to change the background color. I'll just write here background. I'll copy this, I'll paste that one. I'm just going to increase the color. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now whenever I hover, you can see the color is getting increased, but here I'm having lighter color, so I'm just going to decrease this color. I'll just give some light color. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having this buttons. I'm just going to increase. Okay, you can give any color. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having these buttons, and whenever I hover I'm getting this effect. Okay, now our next section is our carousel section. Now to get this carousel section, inside this Bootstrap, inside this components, you will be having this carousel. You can see we are having this carousel. Open this one, and here you will be having many examples of carousel. You can see we are having this example, we are having this kind of carousel, we are having this kind of carousel. Okay, we are having this indicators here, and finally here we are having this heading. Okay, here we have this paragraph. We are going to copy this code, and using this code we are going to make our carousel. I'll just copy this one, and inside index.html, below this I'm just going to write the comment. I'll just write here carousel section, and also I'll write here carousel section ends here, and in between this I'm just going to paste that one. Whatever I have copied, I'm just pasting that one here. Okay, you don't have to change anything. Later on we are going to see whatever we have to change. We are just going to change the images. I'll come here, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this images, but here we don't have anything, so I'm having like this. Okay, now we are just going to give the images. For that we are having this first slide, and for this I'm just going to give the image. I'll just give here image, and let me just write here image 18. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this first image, I'm having this title, and here I'm having this indicators. Now we are going to add our second image. Now here inside this second slider, I'm just going to write the images path, and here I'm just going to write here, and here I'll just write here image 19, and finally for third I'm just going to add images path, and here I'll just write here 20. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this carousel. Okay, we are going to style this one. Okay, it's very lengthy, so we are just going to style that one, and also we are just going to change this text. We are going to add buttons here. Now inside our first slide, inside this one, I'm just going to remove this h5. Instead of that I'll just write here h1, and for this I'll just give the class name as display2. Okay, this is Bootstrap class, and also I'm just going to give one custom class. I'll just write here carousel custom text, carousel custom. Okay, this is our caption, so I'll just give here caption, and here I'm just giving here title. Now inside this I'm just going to copy this one. I'll just copy this tours and travels, and here I'm just going to paste that one. Now below this paragraph I'm just going to paste the buttons. I'll just come here, I'll copy this buttons, and here I'm just going to paste that one. Now for this I'm having this button large, and also I'm just going to give here, instead of this I'll just give here button large. Okay, button large, and also here I'm just going to change it to button large. Okay, we have btn lg, we don't have large, we have btn lg in Bootstrap. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see here these buttons are not looking good because these buttons are very large now. So for that, instead of writing here large, I'm just going to remove here. From here I'll just remove this btn large, and also I'm just going to remove this. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having this normal buttons, and here I'm having this large buttons. Now we are just going to add here one more class. Now here I'll be adding here btn outline classes. Okay, we have already seen about these classes. I'm just going to add here btn outline. I want here light color, so I'll just add here light. I'll refresh this. Now you can see I'm having this light outline, and from here I don't need any background. Okay, later on we are just going to remove the background, and instead of this sign in, I'll just remove this sign in, and here instead of this I'm just going to write here get package. And for this I'll just remove this. I'll just write here become member. And also I'm just going to add the same class. I'll just copy this one, and here I'm going to paste that one. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this both the buttons. Now here if you see here, I'm having only this BTN outline. I don't have any background color for this. So for that, here for this class, okay, for this button I'm just going to add one more class. I'll just write here caption button. I'll just write here caption BTN. Just copy this one, and here inside style.css I'll just write here carousel section. And for this I'm just going to paste that one. For this I'll just give here background to be transparent. I'll save this. I'll come here, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see my background is transparent, and also if you want to change, you can change anything. Okay, here I'm having this output, and here I'm having this output. Now we are just going to change the styles. Now before that I'm just going to change this color. Okay, it's not looking good, so I'm just going to change the color. Instead of this I'm just going to give one RGB value, and here inside this I'm passing whatever color I'm having. I just have this 216, 27, I'll just write here 84, and opacity I have given here 0.4, and here I'll just write here RGBA. I'll save this. I'll just refresh this one. Now here I'm having this proper buttons. Now even if I hover on this, I'm having this color. Now in the same way, for second button I'm just going to add the same thing. I'll just come here. We have this enjoy package. I'll copy this one. Now inside this second slider, inside this second, I'm just going to paste that one, and below this I'm just going to copy these two buttons. I'll just copy these two buttons. Here I'm just going to paste that one, and instead of this text I'll just come here. I have this premium code and coupon code. I'll just remove this. I'll write here premium code, and here I'm just going to write here coupon code. In the same way I'm just going to copy these two buttons, and below this paragraph I'm just going to paste, and inside this third slider I'll come here. Inside this third slider I'm having this get free membership. I'll copy this one, and here I'm having register and login. I'll just remove this, and here I'm going to write here register. I'll remove this code, and here I'm just going to write here login. I'll save this. I'll come here. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having here tools and travels. I'm having this heading, and also I'm having this enjoy package. Okay, I'm just going to change to H1 here. I'll just write here H1, and also I'm going to write here H1, and also here I'll write H1 because all the styles will be applied. I'll save this. I'll just refresh this one. Now here I'm having this tours and travels, and here I'm having this enjoy package, and finally I'm having here get membership. Now for this H1 I have given this classes, so I'm just going to copy this entire class, and here I'm just going to paste that one, and for this H1 also I'm just going to paste. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see here the styles has been applied here. Now we are going to add some more stylings for this, and we are just going to make like this. Now wherever we are having the slider images, okay, this images, now for this I'm just going to add one class. I'll just add here. Now here I'm just going to add the class. I'll just write here carousel custom image. I'll copy this class, and for this second image I'm going to paste that one, and also for third I'm just going to paste that one. Now we are just going to add some stylings for this, and here I'm just going to write that one, and for this I'll just give the width I'll be giving 100%, and I need to decrease the height, so I'll just write here height I'm just going to give here 550 pixel. I'll save this. I'll come here. I'll refresh this one. This is my project. I'll refresh this. Now you can see height is 550 pixel and width is, and with this complete 100%, and here I'm just going to give one more property, that is object fit to be cover. I'll just write here cover. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now the object fit is cover, and here I am having this output. Okay, this it's working completely fine, and this is our carousel. Now we are just going to add styling for this caption. I'll just come here inside index.html. For that I have given this class. I'm just going to copy that one, and here I'm just going to paste that class. For this, first I'm just going to give some margin bottom. I'll just give here margin bottom. Margin bottom, I'll just give here 50 pixels. I'll save this. I'll just refresh this one. Now from margin bottom you can see I got this 50 pixel. Okay, you can either use rems or ems. Now for this I'm just going to give the color. I'll just give here black. I don't want it to be white, so I'm just giving here black. I'll refresh this. Now here I am having this black color. Now for this I'm just going to add here border. Okay, text border. So for that we have this property text shadow, and here inside this, first I'm just giving here horizontal -2 pixel, vertical I don't need anything, and here I'm just passing one RGBA value. Let me just copy this one. I'll just copy this one, and here I'm just going to paste that value, and instead of this 216 I'll just write here 238. Okay, whatever values I have used I'm just going to write that one. Now here I'm just going to write here 238 comma, I'll just write here 56 comma 65, and opacity I'm just going to give here 0.2. I'm just going to separate using comma. Again I'll just write here horizontal I don't need, vertical 2 pixel, and I'm just going to copy the same color. I'll copy this, and here I'm going to paste that one. I'll just separate using comma. Now here horizontal 2 pixel, vertical I don't need anything. I'm just going to paste the color. Again finally 0 pixel horizontal and -2 pixel vertical, and here I'm just going to paste that color. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this outline. Okay, now here also I'm having this outline in this demo project. Now we got this outline for the text. Okay, for entire thing the outline will be applied. Now we are just going to style this paragraph. Now for styling paragraph I'm just going to write here one class. I'll just give here one class, and instead of, I'll just copy this class. Here I'm going to paste, and instead of title I'm just going to write here para. Instead of this title I'm just going to write here para. Okay, that is nothing but paragraph. I'll just copy this entire class, and for all the paragraphs I'm just going to add that one. I'll just come here, I'll paste that one here, and also I'm just going to paste that one here. I'll just copy this entire class, and here inside style.css I'm just going to paste that one. Now for this paragraph I'm just going to give here margin top. Margin top I'm just giving here -50 pixel. I'll just refresh this one. Now you can see here I'm having this output -50 pixel is been applied, and also I'm just going to increase the font size. Font size I'll just give here 1.4 rem. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see the font size has been increased and everything is working fine. Okay, everywhere the style is been applied. Okay, now we are done with our navbar. We are done with our carousel section. Now next we are having this section, apply coupon code, and this some text. Okay, now we are just going to make this section, and inside index.html I'm just going to write one comment here. I'll just write here apply code section, and below this I'm just going to write here apply code section ends here. Now here I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as container fluid. Okay, container fluid we have already seen, and also for this I'm just going to give here margin top of 5. Now inside this I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as row, because I'm creating two divs. First, inside first div I'm having one button, and inside second div I'll be having some text. So here inside this first I'm just going to create one div, and for this in my smaller screen devices, okay, in my extra small screen devices, okay, it should take complete width, so I'm just giving here 12, and again in my smaller screen devices also I need complete 12, so I'll just write here in my smaller screen devices, and in my medium screen devices I want it to take 3, and finally in my larger screen devices I'm just giving here 2. Now inside this div container I'm just going to create one button. Okay, these classes are already present in Bootstrap, you don't have to worry, or you don't have to by heart this one. Now here I'll just write here href, I'll just write here hash, and inside this I'm just going to create button. Now for this button I'm just going to add the class. I'll just add here btn. Okay, this is Bootstrap class, and here I'm just going to give here btn large, and also I'm just going to give here custom btn which we have already styled, and here I'm just going to give here apply code. I'll save this. I'll come here. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this apply code button here, and also I'm just going to give here text center. I'll just give here text center. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I am having this text center. Now second container will be having this text. Okay, whatever I am having here, I'm just going to write here apply coupon code. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I am having this button. Now we are just passing the text here. Now below this div, I'm just going to create the class. I'll just create class, and for this I'm just going to give here xm12. Here we have this xs. I'm just going to write here xs. And in my smaller screen devices, I want it to take 12, and in my medium screen devices, here I have given 3, so here totally I'll be having 9. Again, finally in my large screen devices, I'm just going to give here 10, because here I have already given here 2, so 2 plus 10 will be 12. Now inside this, I'm just going to create one paragraph, and for this I'm just going to give the class name as lead, and here I'll just write here lorem20. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having some heading here. Okay, this is all about our apply code section. Now next we are just going to make this section our packages section. Now here below this I'll just write one comment. I'll just write here packages, and here I am just going to write here packages section ends here. Now in between this I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as container fluid. And inside this div container, I'm going to create one more div, and for this div I'll just give the class as row, and also I'm just going to give here text center so that my text will come in the middle. Now inside this I'm just going to create one div. I'll just give here call 12, because I want this container, I want this div should take complete width, so I'm just giving here call 12. Now inside this I'm just going to give h1, and for this I'll just give the class as display 4, and inside this I'm just going to write the heading our packages. I'll save this. I'll come here. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I got this output our packages, and the text is in center. Now below this heading you can see I'm having one HR line. So here below this I'll just write HR. Now below this I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class as call 12. And inside this I'm just going to give paragraph, and I'll just give the class as lead. And here inside this paragraph I'll just come here. I'll just copy this entire paragraph, and here I'm just going to paste that paragraph. I'll save this. Now here you can see I'm having this paragraph. Below this I'm having this 4 sections. Now we are going to create these sections. Okay, this images sections. Now here I'll just write the comment. I'll just write here package image section, and also here I'll just write here ends here. Now here I'll just create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class as container fluid. Inside this I'm just going to create one div. For this div I'll just give the class as row, and also I'm going to give here text center. Below this I'm just going to create one div, and I'll give some classes. In extra small screen devices I just want to take complete width, and in my smaller screen devices I'm just giving here 6, and finally in my medium screen devices I'm just giving here 3. Now inside this first I'm just going to write here image. I'm just going to write this images path, and here inside this I'll just write here image 29, and also I'm just going to give some classes. Class I'll give here image fluid, and also I'll just give here custom image. Okay, let me just write here custom package image. I'll just save this one, and I'll show you the output. I'll refresh this. Now you can see I'm having this image. Now below this image I'll just write one h3, and here inside this I'm just going to write here package 1. Now below this I'm just going to write paragraph, and here I'll just write here lorem 5. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this heading, and here I'm having this paragraph, and this is our image. Okay, in the same way I'm just going to copy this div container, and here I'm going to paste 3 times, and here I'll just change the heading. I'll write here package 2, package 3 and package 4, and also I'm just going to change the images. I'll just write here 40, and here I'm going to write here 41. and here I'll write 42. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see totally I am having 4 images here. Now if you see here, my images in smaller in sizes. So for that we are just going to apply some stylings. I'll just copy this class, and inside style.css I'm just going to paste that class, and for this I'll just give the height I'll just give here 100 pixel. I'll save this. I'll come here, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this 4 packages and everything is perfectly aligned. Now here below this I'm having one HR. So here inside this index.html, below this div container I'm just going to write HR, and also I'm just going to give here class. I'll just give here margin by 4. I'll save this. I'll come here, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this HR line here. Okay, now here I'm having this horizontal line. Okay, below this packages I'm having this horizontal line. Okay, now next we are having this amazing offers section. Now here I'll come to index.html, and below this I'm just going to write here offers section, and also I'm just going to write here offers section ends here. Now here inside this I'm just going to create one div. For this div I'll just give the class name as container fluid, and also I'm just going to give here margin bottom. For this div container I'm just giving margin bottom of 3, because so that the next container will not get stuck. Now inside this I'll just create one h1, and for this I'll just give here text center, and also margin bottom to be 3, and inside this I'm just going to write here amazing offers. I'll just write here amazing offers. I'll save this. I'll come here, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having here amazing offers. Now below this I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as row. Inside this div you can see first I'm having this. Okay, inside this I'm having 3 cards, so 4, 4 and 4, 12. So I'm just taking here column 4, and here inside this div I'm just going to create one div. I'll just write here call md4. Now here inside this I'm just going to create cards. The complete card code you can copy from Bootstrap, but here we are just going to type that one. I'll just create one div. I'll just give the class name as card. Okay, this is Bootstrap class. Inside this first I want image, so I'll just write this images, and here I'm just going to write here image 31, and here I'm just going to write some classes. Class I'll just write here card image top. Now below this image I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as card body. Inside this div container I'll just write here h4, and for this I'll just write here card title. Now inside this let me just write here Kerala trip, and also below this h4 I'm just going to create one paragraph, and for this div I'll just give the class name as card text. Okay, these are already present in Bootstrap, so you don't have to worry and you don't have to by heart. Once you keep on practicing, then you will get to know what are these classes and where we have to use these classes. Okay, inside this card I am just writing here image, and inside this card body first I am writing this card title, and next I am writing here card text. Now inside this card text I'll just write here some text. Let me write here lorem 10, and finally below this paragraph I'll just write one anchor tag, and for this anchor tag I'll just give here btn, and also I'm just going to give here custom btn. Okay, the class what we have styled, I'll just write here custom btn, and inside this I'm just going to write here no more. I'll save this. I'll just refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this first card, and inside this I'll just give some text. Okay, I have given here. I'll cut from here. I'll just write here hash, and here I'm going to write no more. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having this no more button. Now in the same way I'm just going to copy the card, and here I'm just going to paste that one. Okay, this entire column medium 4 I'll copy this, and here I'm going to paste, and here I'll paste, and from here I'll just copy this Mumbai tours. I'll copy this one, and in place of this I'll just remove this. I'll paste that one, and for next I have this Chennai tour. I'll just copy this, and here I'm going to paste, and also I'm just going to change the images. I'll just write here 32, and here I'll just write here 43. I'll save this. I'll come here. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see totally I'm having 3 cards. Okay, now we are done with our cards section. Now next we are having this 2 column section. Inside this first section I'm having one heading paragraph, and inside this second I'm having one image. Now we are just going to create that one. Now inside index.html, below this comment, I'll just write one comment. I'll just write here 2-column section. And here I'm just going to write here ends here. And here inside this comments, I'll just create one div. For this div, I'll just give the class name as container. And also inside this div, I'm just going to create one div. And for this div, I'll just give the class name as row. Okay, inside this first column, you can see I'm having this text. So I'll be dividing here. I'll just create one div. I'll just write here call. And in my smaller screen devices, I want it to take complete width. And in my medium screen devices, I want it to take 6. Okay, here the first column will take half and the second div will take half. So here I'm just writing that one, and here I'll just write h2, and inside h2 I'll just copy this, and here I'm going to paste that one. Below this I'm having this paragraph. I'll just write that one, and from here I'm just going to copy this paragraph, and here I'll just paste that one. Again I'm having one more paragraph. I'll just copy this entire paragraph, and here I'm going to paste that one. Okay, now below this div, I'm just going to create one more div, and for this div I'll just give the same classes. In my smaller screen, extra small screen devices, I want it to take complete width, and in my medium screen devices, I want it to take 6. Now inside this I'm having one image. I'll just write here image, and here I'll just write here images path, and here I'll just give here image 44. And also I'm just going to give one class, bootstrap class, and here I'll just write here image fluid. I'll save this. I'll come here. Now if I refresh this one, you can see below this I'm having this section. This is our first section, and this is our second section, that is image. Now below this I'm having one HR. I'll save this. I'll refresh this. Now you can see I'm having one horizontal line. Now once we are done with this 2-column section, now inside this we are having this followers section and social media icons. Now here inside index.html, below this I'll just write one comment. I'll just write the comment as social media section. And here I'll write ends here. Now inside this I'll just create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as container fluid. And also I'm just going to give margin bottom of 3. And inside this div container, I'm just going to create another div, and for this div I'll just give the class as row, and also I'm just going to give here text center so that my text will come in the middle. Inside this div container, I'm just going to create one div. I'll just write here call 12, and inside this I'll just write one h1, and here I'll just write follow us. Now below this div container, I'm just going to create one more div. I'll just write here call 12. And also I'm just going to write one custom class. I'll just write here social media. Inside this I'm just going to paste some classes. Inside anchor tag I'll just write one icon here. I'll just come to font awesome icons, and from here once you come to this website, and here I'll just search for Facebook. Once you search, you will be having different options for Facebook. I'll just select this one. Now here I am having this code. I'll just copy this one, and here I'm just going to paste that one. I'll save this. I'll come here. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having here follow us and Facebook icon here. Now in the same way I'm just going to paste that one. I'll just write here Instagram. Here I'll write YouTube. Here I'll write Google. And finally I'm just going to write here Twitter. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having Facebook, YouTube, Google and Twitter. Instagram is not there. I'll just change the spelling. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google and Twitter. Now we are just going to apply some stylings for this. And from here first I'll just copy this class, social media class. I'll copy this one, and here I'm just going to paste, and inside this I just want to style all the anchor tags. So for this I'll just increase the font size. Font size I'll just give here 3 rem. And also I'm just going to give some padding of 2 I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see all the icon font size has been increased. I'll just write here 2 rem. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having this output. Now below this I'm just going to change the colors of all the icons. I'll just come here. I'll just copy this Facebook class, and here I'm going to paste that one, and for this I'll just give one color. Okay, you can give any colors. I'll just give the proper spelling. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see the Facebook color is been changed. Now below this I'll just come here. I'll copy this Instagram color, and here I'm going to paste that one, and for Instagram I'll just give one color. And next I'll just come here. I'll copy this YouTube, and here I'm going to paste that one, and for YouTube I'll just give one color. I'll give #BB000, and again I'll just come here. I'll copy this Google class, and here I'm going to paste that one, and for this I'll just give one color. And finally we are having Twitter. I'll just copy this Twitter class, and here I'm going to paste that one, and for this Twitter class I'll just give the color. This I'll come here. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see, okay, all the icon color is been changed now. Now below this we are having this footer. Okay, the final section is our footer section. Now here inside index.html, below this social icons, I'll just write here footer section, and here I'll just write here footer section ends here. Here first I'll just write this footer tag, and inside this I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as container fluid. Inside this class I'll just create one div, and for this I'll just give the class name as row, and also I'll just give a text center so that my text will come in the middle. If you see, I'm having 3 columns, 1, 2 and 3, so 4, 4 and 4, so 12. I'll just create one div call, and in my medium screen devices I'm just giving here 4. Here inside this I'll just write here HR, and for this I'm just going to give the class as line. Now below this HR line I'll just copy this one. I'll copy this entire content, and here I'm going to paste that one, and this I'm just going to wrap inside one paragraph. I'll just copy this one. I'll just paste that one here. Again I'm just going to create 3 more paragraphs, and inside this I'll just copy this. I'll cut from here. I'll paste that one. I'll just copy this. I'll just paste that one here, and finally I'm just going to copy this, and here I'll just paste that one. I'll save this. Now if I just show you the output, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having this first container here. Now in second container we are having this one. So here this is our div container which is closing here. I'll just copy this, and below this I'm just going to paste that one, and inside this first I'll just write here HR, and below this HR I'm just going to write one H5 heading, and inside this I'll just write here services provided. Services provided, and below this I'll just create another HR. I'll copy this one, and here I'm going to paste that, and inside this I'm just going to write here. I'll just come here. I'll copy this, and here I'm just going to paste that one, and I'm just going to wrap in paragraphs. I'll just write here 4. Inside this first paragraph I'll copy this one. I'll paste that one. And also I'm going to remove this paragraphs. I'll save this. Now if I show you the output, you can see this is my second div container which is having all these things. Now finally we are having this last div container. Now here this is my div container which ends here. I'll just copy this one, and here I'm going to paste that, and inside this div container I'll just write here timings. I'll just remove this. I'll just write here timings, and here inside this just come here. I'm just going to copy this one, and here I'll just paste that one. I'll paste that one here. I'll copy this, paste, again copy, and here I'll just paste. I'll remove this paragraph. I'll save this. I'll refresh this. Now you can see this is my third container. Now for this footer I'll just add one class. I'll just give here BG dark, and I'm giving here text light. I'll save this. I'll come here. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see the background color is dark and the text is white. Now we are just going to apply some stylings for this. I'll just come to style.css. Here I'll just write here footer. And for this I'm just going to give some padding 2 rem on all the 4 sides. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I got padding of 2 rem on all the 4 sides. Now I'm just going to style this HR. Now here I'll just write here HR, and inside this I'm having this line class, so I'll just write that one. And for this I'll just give the width as 75%, and I'm just going to give here margin top and bottom I'll give 1 and left and right 0, left and right auto because it will come in the middle. I'll refresh this. Now here I'm having this HR lines. Now below this also I'm having one HR line and this Khanam step by step. Now my div container ends here. Now below this div container I'm just going to create another div. I'll just give the class as call 12, and inside this first I'm just going to give this horizontal line. I'll just write here line, and here let me just write here line 100 because I want complete 100% of the line. Below this I'll just write H5, and inside this I'm just going to write this and copy, and also I'm just going to write this one. I'll just write here Khanam step by step. I'll save this. I'll come here. I'll just come to my project. I'll refresh this. Now you can see I'm having one horizontal line, and here I'm having this Khanam step by step. Now I'll just style this paragraph. I'll just come here. I'll just paste here footer, and inside this I just want to style all the paragraphs, and for this I'm just going to increase the size, font size 1.1 rem. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see the font size has been increased. Below this I'm just going to style this HR. I'll just copy this. Here I'm going to paste, and I want to style that 100. This class whatever I have given I'm just going to style that one. Now for this I'm just going to copy this entire same thing. Here I'll paste, and here I'll just give the width as 100%. I'll just comment this. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now with this complete 100%, and I'm just going to remove this. Okay, now we are done with the desktop version. You can see we are done with this project. Now if I just scroll down, you can see it's working completely fine. We just have to give some margin for these cards. You can see my cards are stuck to each other. So for that, inside this, now here I'll just give some margin Y. I'll just give here 4. I'll save. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I'm having some margin for all the cards, and also this is working completely fine, and we are just going to fix this one. Okay, we are going to apply some stylings for the smaller screen devices, and we are just going to write media queries for that. And also we are just going to change this height. You can see it's not looking good in small screen devices, this carousel. So we are just going to fix that one now. Now inside style.css, here I'll be writing media queries. I'll just write here media queries. I'll just write this media screen, and here inside this I'm just going to write this maximum width. I'm just going to pass here 992 pixel. Okay, at 992 pixel I just want this social icon. I'll just come here. I'll just copy this entire thing, and here I'm going to paste that one. Instead of this padding I'll just give another padding. I'll just remove this top. I'll just give here 1M. Left and right I'll just give 1M, and bottom I'm just going to give here 2M, and also font size I'm just going to reduce to 2. I'll save this. Okay, now once you give this one, now you can see here I'll just refresh this. Now you can see I'm having the social icons, the font size has been decreased, and also I'm having this padding. Now next I'm just going to add one more breakpoint. I'll just copy this, and here I'm going to paste that one. I'll just close that one here, and instead of this I'm just going to add one more breakpoint, that is nothing but 800 pixel, and at 800 pixel I'll just come on top, and here from here I'm just going to take this carousel image. I'll just copy this one, and here I'll just paste that one, and here I'm just going to decrease the height. I'll just write here height I'm going to write here 300 pixel, and everything will be same. I'm just going to remove this. Okay, only whatever we want to change we just have to write that one, rest all we don't have to write again and again. I'll save this. I'll just come on top. I'll just refresh this one. Now you can see, now my this carousel images height is been reduced. Now below this I am just going to change the title. I'll just come here, I'll copy this one, and here I'm just going to paste that one. Now for this title, I'll just give the font size. I'll just copy this font size, and here I'm going to paste that one. Now here I'm having, if you want you can just decrease the font size of entire thing. I'll just write here HTML, and inside this I'm just going to give this font size. Font size I just want to decrease to 0.9 em. Okay, let me write here rem. I'll save this. Now entire font size will be decreased. You can see the font size has been decreased. Okay, because the use of ems and rems is very useful. You can see the font size has been decreased, and we are having this output. Now if you see here, my heading, my paragraph and my buttons are not visible here. So I'll just come to index.html, and from here you can see here inside this carousel by default we are going to get one display none class. So because of that it's not visible. I'll just come here. Okay, now you can see we are having this display none. I'm just going to remove this display none class, okay, from our carousel, tools and traverses, and again I'll just come here. I'll just remove this one. Okay, I want it to show in all the screen devices, and also I'm just going to remove this. Okay, when we copied the code from the Bootstrap, it is been applied by default. If you want, you can just remove that one. I'll just refresh this. Now you can see I'm having this one. I'm having this heading. Now I'm just going to decrease the font size of paragraph. I'll just come here, and from here I'm just going to copy this, and here I'll just paste that one, and here I'll just want to decrease the font size of paragraph, and here I'll just write here 1 rem. I'll just remove this margin top. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see the font size has been decreased for paragraph. Now for button, I'll just come here, and here I'll just copy this button custom btn, and here I'm going to paste that one. And for this custom btn, I'm just going to add some padding of 0.3 em. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now the padding is been decreased. And everything is working fine. If you want, you can just increase the height of these images. Okay, it completely depends on your choice, and here it is working completely fine. I'll just refresh once. I'll just come on top. You can see entire thing is working. We are done with this final project. Okay, just practice Bootstrap. You don't have to by heart anything. You don't have to learn anything. Once you keep on practicing, once you make 3-4 websites by yourself, then you are going to understand the Bootstrap classes. Then you yourself will remember the Bootstrap classes. You literally don't have to by heart anything from Bootstrap. Okay, that's all for today's tutorial. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.